Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Pay It Forward stream. That's right, number 76 Pay It Forward stream. I hope you're all doing well, because I just love getting to do these things, but we'll see if we have or don't have. I'll check into it. I'll check into it. But we'll see if the same issue I had last time is still apparent or not. If not, we'll do what we do. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. And copy. All right, good. But anyway, welcome to another Pay It Forward stream. This is where, for those who are new and don't know, whether you're now or in the replay, this is where I go around and show a little love to the Rumble side. Now, obviously, you can only get anything if you're live streaming, so that's where we're at. However, I stopped by a person per page. Now, there's specific things, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Um, but we'll just kind of stop by a few things. A few people actually. We'll stop by a few people. We'll say hello, and of course, again, my guest, SoulySwitch, will be coming by at 8 p.m. Eastern. I believe it is a husband and wife, so a married couple. Um, so there you go. But yes, so hopefully, um, we'll get to see a lot of new and returning people. Well, not returning, but more like new and old people, because I do try to mix up a bit. You know how it goes. But regardless, to get to those specificities, we'll get down the rules. But if it's well, thanks. I appreciate that. I do shave it once in a while though, so don't get too used to it. But I do shave it because after a while, it does kind of get a little stingy. At least this part, but I do shave it a bit. Um, but let's see. So I go to the last page. Hold on, I got to refresh the page. Refresh it. There we go. Refresh the last page. And okay. So what happens is that I go to pretty much the last page unless it's like there's not really much going on there. It's, you know what, gray area, right? But I go to the last page and I pick one person per thing and we'll go from there. So 1 second. There we go. Ooh, that was a bad one. But anyway, yes. Look at what we got. Oh yeah, look at all this stuff. Oh yeah. Bitten Studio this summer. Bitten Studio's about to get bitten. All right. So I pick a person per page. So I pick like one person, whatever the person may be, per page down here that you see, and just kind of go my merry way. And I go until about 8 o'clock ish, depending on if they get here at 8 or whatever. But sometimes they come a little after. So there's that. Um, I just want to make sure I don't get any message from them. So I have to keep an eye on that. But of course, we're gonna choose. What is a good one to choose? Um. Well, I wanna see this one with my craft stuff. She was cleaning her house, so it looks like she just started.
In the list.
Looks like she's got a
I
craft
have a
room.
lot of stuff that I realize I need to work on. Sorry. Anyway, so
Interesting how she
today
does
I
yarn
was
work.
cleaning.
So let's see if this works. Oh, did that work? Ah, God, hold on.
I
She is getting hiccupy. All right, boom. Really?
and pile them up and see what happens. I piled them up, and I've realized I'm surrounded by 3 piles of pattern of pattern books. So I decided to
There we
drag you
go.
guys along, kicking and screaming, of course,
Yay!
um, to see my
Kicking and
madness
screaming.
and
She said kicking and screaming.
what exactly I'm getting into. And I realized I'm like, hey, all of my space is starting to get encroached on by because I keep leaving these everywhere. So
Yeah, she
I decided,
does. She does.
let's go ahead and grab these and pile them up and see what
Oh, that's
happens.
okay.
I
You just
piled them up
play around with it.
and I've realized I'm
Play around
surrounded
with
by
it. You'll
two,
figure something out.
three piles of pattern. There's a couple of cute
We got.
animals, and
We'll give her till
it's just adorable
two
how they
minute
make
30
them
second.
little like accessories. They have little clothings, little things like that, and so you know I like the unique, so that's why I got this one.
Oh,
But
look at
that's
that.
why a lot of times I'll at least take a gander at it if it looks like it's a great one.
Yeah, she's got a lot of stuff. Look at all those. I think it was
Let me
like
see what.
rags or
Oh, these
doilies.
were great. Speaking about animals,
Oh, look at that. Ooh, wow.
love these hair
Oh, look
books.
at that.
I'm a
Aquatic
credit
animals crocheting style.
aquatic
Wow.
amigurumi. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and if
Amagurumi.
I'm not, oh well, we can all have a giggle, right?
Yeah, there you go.
So these
Alright.
are
Well,
good.
it's
I
two
think
past the
these are
mark, but I
awesome.
hope she has a great rest of
I've
her
made it
stream.
probably at least one out of this.
Arrivederci. Alright, so that's how it goes. Let's go to page 31. Let's see what we got. We got some gamers, we've got some politics stuff, we got some here, there, and everywhere things. Um, oh, look at this. Got the Mr. Pig. Let's look at this. Mr. Bankin. I like to be a bit of a dinosaur. Let's see. Trying to see what would be a good one. Well, some of them are multi-streamers. There now. I forgot to mention that I don't. Maybe she sells her work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she probably does. I'm pretty sure she probably does with all that. She does like little stuff here and there. I'm sure. But I forgot to mention that I don't do the 24/7 streams, but there is one I do stop by, because I've had them on before. So there's that. Um, but I will point those them out when we get to that point. So if you want to see that, it's great. If not, that's fine too. But let's try to find something. I'll put this one. Let's see if this is a real person or not. All right. All right. It's about hour 23 minutes. They got WW Wagar. All right. Oh, and he's been smacked in the face by the demon himself. Undertaker is slapping this man to death. Oh my gosh, I can't believe my eyes. It's looking like it's so raw. It's so raw. It just hurts. Lord, it burns my eyes. Let's see.
Oh, hold on. I gotta put some water gel I got a toothache,
Uh-oh.
so I got.
Got toothache. We'll see. We'll give him until 20 the 25-minute 30-second mark. Nice. Let's see what we got. Looks like he's streaming on YouTube and Twitch. And that looks pretty much it. There's not much else. Let's see if he sees it or not. He's got the beard. Oh, what's he drinking? What's his drink of choice? Does he see it? Does he see the rumble side?
Hold on.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Did he see it? Did he see it? All the suspense. Nope, he didn't see it. All right. Well, we're gonna give him some time. He's got this 30-second mark there. Look at this
That
chair.
makes one of those bleed.
Bam!
Damn it.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, right in the face. Ugh. Alright. Well, we gave him enough time. I hope he has a great
Oh,
rest of
look
his
at the
stream.
blood already.
Alright, next page. Alright, going to the next page. Page 30. Battlefield 6. Elon Musk. Let's see. Yeah, that's this one is a 24/7 that I know. Um into the D. I'm pretty sure that's music. Usually the music on here, ouch, yeah, it's the wrestling stuff. Um, the some of the music stuff on here, like music streams, they will be 24/7 because they just are. And then some nature ones, actually all nature ones, to be honest, all nature ones and pretty much all music ones are um are 24/7. Let's see what this one. Mick H2O. Okay, that's a pretty good name. Oh, it's baseball. Look at that. It's about 150, so almost 2 hours. He's been at it. All right, little stop sign. Say hello.
Nope, that's outside.
That's outside. Foul. 2. I hit the ball so hard, the ball flew. I should just like do a moniker or whatever. Oh, come on. Don't tell me. Hold on. Did you see it? Don't know if you saw it. Did he see it? Oh, all right. Well,
Movie come out November 14th.
I will.
You've seen me 3.
I will give him till the 52-minute mark.
Movies. Yep.
I don't know if you saw it or not.
Second, Five Nights at Freddy's comes out soon too.
Yeah, in December. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, that was a trip. That didn't
Which
look
is
good.
when the next Mario comes out.
Woo! Safe. Let's see if he sees it. Come on, man. See it. Ball wee. That's right. It's a grounder for that one. Ooh, foul. Yep, foul ball.
69 speed, 85 steel. What the hell?
Oh. Oh, looks like a home. Maybe a. Oh, no, it's foul ball. Foul ball. Dang it. All right. Oh, Steve Rack. Oh, safe. Safe. He's
Strike him
safe.
out with steel base.
He got a steal a base and he's safe. Nice. I only know a little baseball, so don't ask me. All right. Well, I hope he has a good rest of his night. But we stopped there to say hello. 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 Voila! On a place called Vertigo. Fulaga. And here's a chicken live stream one. So that's like 24/7 live. And I feel your love making me high. Our grade day gonna be quiet. I know, right? I reckon we're gonna have ourselves a grand field day. Everyone and their dog is playing it. Well, if a dog is playing it, that's the stream I want to watch. If a dog is playing Arc Raiders or any game at all, that'll be something to watch. That'll be something to watch. But let's do. That's a music one. Not gonna do that. Um, oh, someone's doing a little Pokemon. Let's look at the new Pokemon game. Look at the Pokemon. Mega Lopunny. It's about an hour, 20 minutes. Oh, a YouTube song. That's right. Hello, hello. Yep. All right. Boop. Ooh, Mega Bayonetta. Or Bayonet. Oops. Alright. 5. Well, at least I know for now, at least it will. Wow, that's a night Pokemon. Mega Garchomp. You know, the thing I like though is that at least we're getting more 3D Pokemon games, but I really miss the Tales of Shadow Pokemon. You know, Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Coliseum. That was the real Pokemon right there. Real Pokemon. Mega Sableye. That's a big gem. But yeah. It's nice though that they're doing bigger 3D worlds, but we'll see how that goes. Mega Mawile. Mawile. Alright. I guess they're showing off all of them, but I don't know. It's live, so whatever. I hope they have a great day, and we'll see them next time. Alrighty, on to the next page. Da, 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 da. I only know that U2 song, and what was the other U2 song I know? With or without you, I can't live. With or without you, and I give yourself away. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Got some more Pokemon stuff. Good Gas Friday. I'm not sure what that game is. Got a little Espanol, but I do not speak Espanol, so kind of feels a bit defeated. Everything else above here is kind of like no. Oh, except this one. You know what? Let's go to Shibi Wallace. Oh, look at Shibi Wallace, huh? By Double Blundy. Live streams. Look at that. Oh, I already follow him. Okay. I've been here before. I've been here before. I can't believe I have. Look at that.
Well, I gave one to them. I was gonna give you one too.
A freaking dinosaur.
I gotta find my bag.
7 Days Daizo, it's good for multiplayer.
Okay, Piggy.
I'm jumping off of the
He
game.
has plenty of meat.
I
Oh,
do.
hello, Dharma. Yes, I am having a wonderful weekend. How about you?
I feel better, Sniper.
About to, anyway.
Where's
I'm
my
deciding if I
bike?
want to go and play laid back gaming and play RuneScape,
Going
Right,
around.
rune crafting up, or if I want to go and play Black Ops.
Pay.
Knowing you, it'll be Black Ops.
I'm actually leaning more towards RuneScape.
Alright, we'll play RuneScape.
I can play on here as well.
And
I
thank
haven't.
you for the $2 Rumble.
Haven't
Bucks, I appreciate that, or I don't know what they call it on Rumble.
I haven't played.
Ruble?
Well,
I don't know.
Rubles. Rumble
Rumbits.
Bucks. Rumbits. I don't know.
Hold on, I'll
Thank
get
you
it.
for the 2
Because
on Rumble. I
Twitch calls
appreciate
it-
that.
Twitch calls it bits, so
I haven't played it,
Rumbits.
which is true.
I don't know. Let me check on Rumble. Let's see here. What are they called on Rumble?
Rumble rants.
Alright,
There we go.
it's called
I made sure it was correct.
Gratitude, that's what they're called.
Yeah, gratitude. She got it right.
Gratitude, yes. You're just doing they'll call it Rumble Rants. Okay, so $2 for the Rumble Rant. Thank you so much. I'm just doing your part and doing the pay it forward stream. Oh, appreciate that, man. And you haven't played 7 Days to Die in forever. Well, they've definitely made a crap ton of changes to it.
I believe.
Some good, some bad. Yeah, I'm going to do another solo series pretty soon with a mod that kind of makes it back to the way it used to be. Learn by doing. So that'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best mods.
I'll tie that together with my way too effing insane. So I'm gonna get a twofer. But I think I'm gonna do what Tom does too. I think I'm gonna go like no.
So yeah.
I'm just gonna be
I like
no,
playing No
oh,
Trader.
I'm
It's fun.
screw the traders.
There we
I'm
go.
just gonna do my own progression.
Yeah, woo, woo. That's why I followed him, cause he looked. He looked.
Inventory.
If I followed him, he
Well,
looked.
Sneed, I want to sell you some stuff I don't want anymore.
Same, dude. I tried it when it was like barely released, and I think the last version I played was like Alpha 16, and then
Wow.
I waited till like Alpha 20 before I touched it again. So,
Wow.
yeah, for me it was a long time too. I'm old as well.
Wow.
I'm not old.
Shut up.
Yeah, right. She's in her 20s, believe it or not.
Much better.
Yeah, she is.
She is.
You can tell just by her voice.
Though.
That would make me in my late teens.
That would make me a baby.
I'm in danger. Where we go? We got Ralph from Simpsons.
That would
Bye,
make
Rex.
me a baby.
That would be me for sure. Like, I'm in danger.
Oh, dude, one of the guys that I've been listening to a lot here lately, he makes a bunch of pretty funny songs. and
What,
shit.
Minnie?
But he titled one called Pit Bulls: How Pit Bulls See Babies. and he's talking about they see him as little miniature pork chops with big old rack of ribs.
Oh God.
Goodness.
Oh no, they don't. They used to be
It's
called the
funny because
nanny dog.
no,
It
the reason
is.
why
It
he
is much
made
funner
that
to play with
song,
others. I agree, Dharma.
It
the
is.
reason he made that song is he's only like 5'4", like he's short, and he made the song
Vinny,
because he
no,
got
come over
attacked by
here.
a pit bull,
Oh,
and in the song he said that he made a lyric or a chorus that said he had to show the pit bull his ID to show that he was of drinking age.
oh God,
That's
dude.
too
There
funny.
were
You,
two.
you
The
think
neighbors.
5'4" is short?
Yeah. So
Rise like whatever.
like my girl kind of had a scary experience because the neighbors, I guess they forgot to freaking put the leashes on their dog, so it was like 2 pit bulls and a golden retriever that decided to
Yeehaw.
come into our yard, and I had to like yell at them and
Oh,
tell them
he's
to stop
5'2".
barking, and it's like,
Sorry.
I was like,
Oh wow,
I
that
was
one
like,
has
"Get,
a.
get," and I was yelling at the dog. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" They backed off. They're like, "Oh, he's not afraid."
Oh, what they see?
Okay,
They see.
thank you, Dharma, again from the
That's
$2
only
Rumble
what?
Wrap. Appreciate it.
He's
All
really
right.
short.
Oh, all right. Before you go here, let's see who has the leading deaths. Just before you go.
That's
'cause
me. You don't
we'll
even
try
need to
not
look.
yeah, we do. Yep. Mary with 32 deaths, Raichi in second with 14, and me with 11. And of course,
I only
Cypher.
have 14?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Turn 25. Ha ha ha.
All right. Well, thank you, Dharma. Again, keep
What
spreading
mini?
the love, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it a lot, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. I wish I could do more for the pay it forward as well, but unfortunately, because of the whole shutdown thing, my SNAP benefits are on hold, so I'm gonna have to use my credit card just to
Yeah.
get food.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that stuff, Shibby. You someday you will be able
I'm not.
to.
I'm not
I'm
worried
always
about it.
convinced of that.
I'm not worried about it.
There you go. Look at him.
Doing another quest, or we just
Yeah.
All right. Well, we stopped by to say hello. Such a great person. Yeah. So nice person. That's why I'm following, because he's just so good. He's just so good. Ah, gosh dang it. Why are they like that? Why are they have like 3 different channels? Let's see. Well, we got 1, 3 games maybe. That's not really much on this page. It is bar. It is bar. It is so incredibly bar. I haven't seen something this bar before in my life. It is positively bar. I am so unbelievably bar. All right, well let's go. Well, actually no, let's do the goose one. Let's do
I like
little low on that one.
my phone ring unless it's during, business.
All right, let's do a little love right here. Let's throw a little green her way.
And the
Not the
doctor's
kind of
office,
green that
and
gets you
it's
scared.
ring.
Don't get scared, lass. I'm right here.
Mine's on vibrate unless I have you set on emergency bypass. Then it'll ring.
Emergency bypass.
Thank you for the $2 dono, Dara.
Whoop whoop.
I need to figure out how to put my mom on emergency bypass.
It's easy. If you go into your phone's contact, specifically, you said your mom,
Your mum.
and then go.
That's usually
into
used as a sign of.
ringtones.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
should be an option.
It looks
for
like it's
emergency
a.
bypass.
It looks like it's a phone or something. I don't know. Mobile game. Never played this one. Friend Friday.
If it's
Ask Siri to call mom, it calls me.
Oh, Beware the Moon. Look at that.
True. It did that the other day.
Actually, so funny.
It's been a while since I've had Beware the Moon on.
Did it?
Why are the games so weird 2D looking nowadays? Man, there are so many out there. It's crazy. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just know it is what it is.
Like, oh my god, my phone did not call my mother. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing too hard. And then, like, the whole day, anytime I thought about it.
Be well and have a great rest of your
Accept the friendship.
night. What up,
Accept
baby? Ooh. Some.
The way the beats are lining up.
Oh, Conductor Jackson. What about that? I don't think this is Conductor Jackson though. All right. Well, we stopped by there busy as well. Oh, okay. I did say I would stop by to show the 124/7 stream. I stopped by, and of course, that is the Great Underground. That's right. The Great Underground is a husband and wife indie musicians who work with other indie musicians to create a playlist of sorts that they play as 24/7. And that's pretty much all their channels is just playing indie artists 24/7. Some of which they work, yeah, pretty much all of them they work with directly. And I think they've been doing sort of like their own live band stuff. But they're really good people. I've spoken to many times. They actually live out in Las Vegas. So if I don't know where, but I know they live out in Las Vegas, so it's hot out there. But no, they're a great couple. Married a husband and wife, and yeah, they're trying to do something, getting away from all the corporate music thing, and try to build their own indie stuff underground. So that again, the Great Underground. Anyway, I hope they're doing well. If you guys see this, no, I always try to shout you out when I always try to shout you out when I stop by because I know them personally. Um, because you always want to try to put there's too many 24/7 streams out there, all right? And so you want to point people in the right ones, basically. So that's one of the right ones. Hope it's all. Not Christmas songs this time. Yeah, it's no these are the Christmas where's the Christmas one at? Yeah, the Christmas ones are always going. It's insane. Don't know why. But anyway, this page is no go. However, I saw them and I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to stop by and say hello. So there's that. So if you want music, they're a pretty good bunch to stop by for. Page 25. Page 25. Uh oh yeah, nope. 24/7 streams, 24/7 streams. Not really interested. Not really interested. This too is another 24-hour stream. I am simply here to be an extravagance, to bring forth the uh, things of whatever. It is getting close to Halloween, so je ne sais quoi. Every time I stop by this one right here, this Pox Music Synth Wizard, I really just want to, I hope one day I get to, whoever this made this thing is just awesome, right? Look at that. Synth Wizard. Like, how wouldn't you not want to rock out to that? Guitar in one hand, a keyboard in another. That's just too good to be true. But let's see what we got. Call of Duty, sure. I'm not after stream active prints. Nougat prints. I don't know what that means. Halloween stream. It's not even Halloween yet. It's almost there, but it's not there. Let's do this one. Let's see what this one's about. Ninja Gaiden.
I don't know.
Ninja Gaiden.
I'm a bit back and forth about it. Really?
Really?
They're telling me how to do that.
They're telling me how to
On
do
New Game
that?
Plus, like what are they doing?
Ew.
Give me an item. Give me an item. Stop telling me how to play.
Yeah, don't tell them how to play. Dumb game. I've seen people play this one before.
Oh yeah, I didn't even collect all the skeletons. I don't think that. Yeah, they don't give you anything. That's why I didn't do it.
All right. Let's give him until the 27-minute mark. Yeah, it does get a little
Alright, we're just getting
brutal.
destroyed right now.
But I think this is the remake? No, not a remake, but a renovation, something like that. Hardest difficulty this summer. He's on
Oh,
Kick.
see, I forgot I could do that.
He's on Kick. He might be on Twitch. There is no.
I'm a dumbass.
There's nothing else to say. He's on other platforms, so there's that.
I hope you're health. No? You were? I'm sure I'll get another one. Alright, these guys are dying.
And these guys,
Where are they?
these guys are dying.
Oh, I gotta get the item.
Alright. Oh, there we go.
They make you pay for getting that item.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yep. Take him down. Alright, well, we stayed our minute. So hopefully he enjoys the rest of this game.
And that item isn't even worth it.
And hope he has fun.
It's not worth it.
Bye-bye. Alright, next page. Let's see what's on the next page. Got a lot of people talking. Next page. Let's see what we got. True Gaming, blah, Mega Bonk, blah. Oh, Mr. Fart, I've stopped by him before. Oh, Mr. Fart. He likes to do the toot toot. Old Mr. Fart. He likes to something like that. Let's see what we got. Matty Fingers. Let's stop that. Let's get a Stefan. Let's see what is up with this dude. What is up with this dude? Let's say hello. Let's say hello.
Hopefully no one else has been around here.
There we go.
The less people that know about this, the better. There's probably not going to be much, if any, gas, but obviously it's a really close
I have enough
day.
gas to light a
We're really
city.
close to home here. Have a great evening and great better week. Dude, thank you, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, Dara. Appreciate it.
He did it!
I think so, yeah. It looks like it. I don't know how Rumble works, honestly. Seems like a built-in tip or something. That's dope. Thank you. We're just getting work done. There's going to be a big war this weekend at some point. Now, if it actually happens, and it's not until tomorrow, then I'm definitely going to stream.
There we go. He saw it.
Right now, I'm not planning on streaming tomorrow.
Nope.
Tomorrow's 50-50. If I go live tomorrow,
50-50.
there's going to be hot action.
Last
They call it a Rumble Rant. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that
Oh,
makes
wow.
sense. Rumble Rant. Very nice. Very good. Very clever. Dig it. Thank you, man. May you have a wonderful weekend.
Oh, so he's on Twitch and Rumble. He might be on YouTube as well. I'm not sure. Stream to. Quickly, yeah. Exactly. Well, he had it pulled up on the screen, so there's that. Oh, man. Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube, it seems.
Got plenty of gas.
He's gotta gas it up. He's gotta be one of those people where he's gotta gas it up.
Oh, wow. This thing handles like garbage. No wonder nobody looks.
First time in a vehicle, Milton.
No shit, hell yeah. This is my first time in a Humvee, man. This thing drives just like the real thing, unfortunately.
Oh, he must be former military.
Unfortunately.
Let's go. Humvee it. Humvee
Yeah,
ride.
outside it is no space.
Today, battery showed up. with Sisu, and they came in, talked for 2 minutes, and then someone stole their truck
Oh no!
when they were gone.
Terrible.
Dude, yeah, I don't know if the guy had a plate carrier. He got clipped. We definitely saw blood spray, but he got away with the vehicle.
No shit. That's a real bummer. Nothing like a good old Grand Theft Auto to ruin the day.
Great.
Yeah. I had to take a nap for a bit after that.
Yeah,
There we go.
Totally.
Peace.
Woke up not long before you got back.
Oh, nice,
Now
nice.
we're here.
Is this a good one? This is a good vehicle, Prince? Nice.
Drive faster. All right.
Oh, you call the Humvee a POS Ford? That's hilarious. Hey, dude, spread that love, Darren. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. It was my birthday yesterday, too, so hell yeah, thank you.
You know what? There we go. We're
My
gonna.
late birthday tip. My first
There you
Rumble
go.
rant. Beautiful. Love it. Hey, just lean forward a little bit. We'll make it up this hill.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just
Have some
his birthday.
extra
Come on.
power here to get up that hill.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just want to see. I want to see if it'll work.
Called the hubby and gave a POS Ford. Oh, because GM built him? Oh, you gifted a sub too? No shit, man. Thank you so much. That's probably my first sub, honestly.
I think you're gonna get spicy.
There you go.
Subs, tips, and damn, dude. Thank you. And followed, man. Thank you, thank you. Start my stream off with a bang. Hell yeah. Alright, we're just gonna bring it around the outside here. Straight into the garage.
He's going in deep. He's going in hard. Well, there's a free gifted sub if anyone wants it. I am going to the next page. Now, oh, that's right. I forgot to mention, if we come by someone we've already stopped by, we do not stop by them again. Just because it just doesn't make sense to keep doing it. So like this one, right? We already stopped by Supergirl. We're not going to stop by them again. So don't even ask. All right? Don't ask. This summer, I've seen the horrors of the world come asunder. I don't think I can do Randy Savage. I've seen the horrors asunder. Well, I try to be, Miss Wendy. Yes, I try to be. And of course, hello there, Live Search. How are you? Yeah, well, of course. Obviously, again, I've been doing this for quite 76 of them. So, but again, part of it is because Rumble just doesn't have great ways of being discovered. And so this is one way of getting discovered, by going where it's live. Now, obviously, it'd be nice to go through and see people who aren't live, like their videos and stuff, but it's the nature of what this is. I'd like to be able to give something to that, but they don't allow you to like tip non-live videos or streams. So yeah, but no, I'm glad I was able to stop by, and I'm glad I was able to, because it was his birthday yesterday, he said. So I was able to give him a little uppity up because it was his birthday yesterday. But we don't have very much to choose from because it's usually just 24/7 crap. But I'm gonna try this one because I know everyone's doing the Arc Raider stuff and all that.
How was that noise?
I don't know. I think somebody activated the elevator.
I've followed them, so I know I've stopped by here before. So hopefully they'll see. There we go. Can Rumble just not
Ladder over here.
get stuck? Boop.
Dara, what's up, man? You ain't got to do that, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, your feed is off again.
Your feed is off?
It's just really delayed.
No, it's Rumble.
Hold on. I gotta do. I did welcome.
Drones everywhere.
I see something with
Check
kitties.
one.
Yeah, it's 24/7.
Alerted.
I imagine Rumble will be 24/7 like Kerbal. We will see. We will see. It is yet to make an appearance. So
Hope life's treating you Treating you well, man. It's good to see you again.
Around doing my.
This thing's surrounded by drones. Start.
There's a bunch of shit in here I can't loot. I'm gonna hit the door.
There we go. Quietly, quickly. Yep.
Jesus. Fucking drones are just swarming it, dude. Going around doing my pay it forward stream. It was a great way to contact you. DM on Twitter or Instagram.
What's your? There we go. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, open.
Go, 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 go! Get the tumbleweed! Get the tumbleweed! The tumbleweed's the bad guy. Oh, he's locked in.
I think we follow each other. It's JP underscore. Oh shit!
Oh, he's dead.
That was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Just gonna make JP shit his pants every now and then.
Yeah, stop it.
There we go.
Yeah, JP underscore shit show.
I'll have to. Where's my notepad stuff? Nope, that's too. Well, that is too big.
Yeah, no worries, dude. Hit me up anytime, man.
There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to. I gotta.
Oh, that's gonna put me done with the
Oh, good lord. Ugh. Oh my gosh.
with Shanny's thing. Yeah, I think I think last time you popped in chat, I think we started following.
I know that look. You've done it. Thank you. That should keep the ceiling from coming down. For now.
Raider flare black hiker color backpack.
Great. Get to the roof of any field depot. And
You're editing.
get the antenna back online.
Field depot. Or yeah, Discord. Dara, you wanna DM me in Discord? Discord's probably the easiest. Full tilt. It's a bit disorienting after having on so many people. Creator, not. Yeah. Fair enough. I completely understand, brother. Wait, why can I not? My stash is. Oh no. Okay, that's probably a problem, right?
All right, let's do. Oh. I'll have to look him up then. I'll have to look him up. It is JP underscore. Yep. All right, got it.
Mad Priest, dude. Bro, okay.
All right, let's go. Let's go to page 20. That's what I was trying to reach out because I don't think I've had him on before, and I do try to mix it up with people. But October's full, So there's just not going to be anything for the rest of October, but November is available. So except the last week of November. So just as a forewarning, because we are getting close to like the end of October, the last week of November I take fully off. Now, in a rare occurrence, I may have something, but for the most part, I don't do anything stream wise. So you may see me post shorts during that time, but I do not do any streaming during when I'm off. So, because I can, and because I'm not relying on any of this for my bills or whatnot. So I will be off for the last week. There is one person who, depending on what day they choose, if they're not less, there might be someone who might make a day. I might make a day for that, but that's because I owe them. Um, for that remark. But beyond that point, I usually don't stream. I'll post shorts, which I have plenty of. Thank you, by the way, NGM. Although I'll try reaching out at the end of the month because I have a lot of more streams. And if you are open again, I will. I may be dropping by, saying hello, and saying, "Can you make more shorts?" But anyway, and at this time, I will ask. This time, I will ask if you can make them in the YouTube version as well. So I'll have to have two versions. Well, actually, you know what? Just make it all one version. Basically, just make it all one version. Yeah, yeah. Well, I do that towards the end of the year because again, that's work stuff. Like for the last week. I mean, for the week of Thanksgiving, I get Thanksgiving and Black Friday off. But um, all I really, all I have to really do is give like 3 days for 8 days. So it's sort of like multiplying those days. Um, And then there's Christmas and New Year's Eve. I don't think I'll have enough days to stretch across the whole thing, but it is what it is. But yes, I do take time off. I did do like one day I didn't do a stream, and I might consider doing more random days where I don't stream at all. Just cause I don't know, just because it's nice to have that breather day, but I still wanna do a full month, so there's that struggle within myself, like, more people to talk to, wanna wanna take a break and all that stuff, but there's so many people. Of course, and getting to talk to you again, Miss Wendy, would be a nice thing, but we're going on to the next we already on the next page, and look, there is the Synth Wizard. The Synth Wizard has made an appearance again, um, all that stuff. There's really well, we got one, two. Well, we got one actually. Um. Oh yes, there's the music one. Music ones are usually 24/7. So yeah, not gonna come on. All right, give me 1 second. I got to check. Give me 1 second. Um, let's see. Well, I did change it. There we go. All right. Sorry, I was checking my chat bot. Sometimes it wasn't working earlier. Um, let's see. It's on the Trump. All right. Hold on. I gotta reach out to you guys soon. All right. There we go. That is done. All right. On to the next. Let's just go to the next page. Wow, look at all that. Goodness sake. That is a lot. Dear Anna and Ruth. Dear Anna and Ruth. This summer, I'm going to go play it hard. Let's see. Tequila with Alienware. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Okay. Okay. I want to see this. Hopefully. Tower Dog.
Mr. Mouse in the house.
Mr. Mouse in the house. It's not Mickey Mouse. Oh, oh my gosh. Hi, how's it going, boys? Oh. Sacred Angel gifted one sub. Oh, look at that.
fellow Rumble. Hope you're having a great day and even better weekend. Have fun. DaraMouth with is that a $2 Rumble rant over there? Is that a Rumble rant? Is that my first rant right there? DaraMouth. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the $2 Rumble rant over on Rumble. I appreciate it, man. I'm not worthy of that yet over there. We're getting there though. But I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope your weekend is even better. We're gonna be around. We're gonna play some games. We're playing some Battlefield 6.
Smooth.
I got all the hottest players right here. I'm just telling you. Anybody else can say what they want, but I got the hottest players right here. You know, we got the group right here. So you got to hang out. We're gonna have some tequila shots throughout the night.
Yeah, there's a lot of church ones on there.
Oh, dare you? Hold on. Dare you, Muth? Oh, Dara is fine. Okay. To me, Dara Muth. Okay. All right. Hey, dogs. My puppies are just wild tonight. We'll call you Dara. Thank you very much for the Rumble rant. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support.
Here's for
we just, you know, we trying to have a little fun out here. I'm more concerned with getting a community and building people, having people.
There you
here.
go.
But just for that,
Oh, he's on
we're
Twitch,
gonna do us a
YouTube,
shot to start
X,
the night, y'all.
TikTok,
We're
and
doing a shot
Instagram.
to start
Interesting.
the night.
Interesting. Oh.
Go ahead. We doing a little El Tesoro Reposado tonight. I love this stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Did my shot do A B in the channel points? You got shots as well, bud.
So he's
easier to use for
it
some
looks-
reason. I don't know why Lumia doesn't like it.
He's on Twitch. It looks like too. I don't know why it's not up there.
And another
Oh no, it is up there.
Bro, hey. Appreciate it, man. But you don't have to do that. I appreciate the hell out of it. Cheers, my man. Thank you very much. $5 in the Rumble rant. We appreciate it. We got the shots up. Cheers, everybody. Let's get this Friday night started.
Hold on. To catch you live. Yeah.
What the hell we're doing? Talking shit. Now, as soon as I get in Discord, y'all watch. They in here talking shit already. Watch. I guarantee it.
What up, baby?
Ooh.
He's here now. Be quiet.
I was trying to catch y'all, man. I was trying to catch y'all.
That's a nice computer setup though.
What's up, fellas?
It's very clear, very clean.
Happy Friday to everybody. Day was good, man. Day was good.
Do you know Bond Dutch means? No, I do not.
Just work during the day as usual. So nothing else really crazy. So it's weird having somebody over here on Rumble talking. I've been on Rumble for so long and nobody's ever I know I do what I can, going around doing my pay it forward stream. So glad I was able to catch you live. Yeah, man. Listen, am I following you? No. Hold on, I gotta get signed in for some reason. I swear I'm following you, bro. Hold on, let me see. Let me open
Groose and
Rumble over
Duck.
here. Because I use Rumble
Groose.
Studios, and I use Rumbot, so it doesn't allow me to go directly to the person. I want Rumble to get their stuff fixed for real. I really do. So, they got some things they gotta do. I understand. There we go.
Where are we at?
Bro, Mr. Big Time.
Oh yeah. Oh come on.
Hold on, I gotta get some. So do you do a podcast, Darren?
Yes, a conversational show.
My man's got the Pay It Forward chat. He's got. If y'all are on Rumble and y'all are following this man, y'all need to go check him out. Now he got a full setup here. I love it, man. Definitely got to follow now. So when you go live, I can catch you live as well.
Woo.
Oh, you're live now, bro. There's no way.
Yeah, I am.
No way. He's live now and he has me up. And I don't even know this. What the fuck is Rumble? Okay, so Rumble is it's a platform where you can actually be yourself. You don't have a lot of the hi buddy. Sorry, my puppies are in here. You don't have a lot of. You still have to have etiquette and channels and stuff like that. You still have to be polite to people because people will still time. They'll time you out indefinitely in their channel. So basically, it's like getting banned over there. It has its issues. Yes, it does have its issues. It is a new platform for content creators. So think of YouTube in its early stages. That's where Rumble is right now. But Rumble is a platform where you can actually be yourself. It doesn't matter what your, race, ethnicity, whatever it is, you can be yourself over there. I like what they have going on. I've been a part of it for a couple years now. I've been streaming on there for about a year now. So I'm trying to build my community as well. But Rumble is a place where with my
just make sure I make the correction.
To me. If I go to Twitch or if I go to Kick, I have to be careful and YouTube as well.
Yep.
Sort of new, but yeah, certainly don't have to worry about censorship. That's the biggest thing is censorship. So with YouTube, you're censored on everything. So Rumble just created a platform to where the censorship is not there. You can be yourself.
There you go.
If you want to drop the F-bomb every other word, that's your thing.
Yeah, you're in. You have to mute yourself, but we'll get there. Just give me a moment. We'll do one more person.
Or gaming or
you just have to mute. There's like
code writing. It's all there.
Give me a second.
You stream to Rumble on YouTube? Okay. All right. So I'm still learning the Rumble side as far as because I don't have a lot of interaction over there. The gaming community is great on Rumble, Scottish. So check it out, man. If y'all are not on Rumble, you should go over there and check it out. There's a lot of great content over there. And these dogs are literally trying to get under my feet. I don't know. My puppies are just driving me crazy tonight. Boys, back up. Come on. Sit. Thank you. Thank you. Not under my desk.
And then we do a little bump up.
But yeah, if you're not, check it out. Rumble is great. Dr.
Filthy or dirty.
Viz does. There's so many
great
creators.
How are you?
Hey man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you too. That's a surprise. No.
I'm trying to get this to capture on my screen.
Yeah.
And then there we go. We got it. Good.
We'll do one more person and we'll get right to it.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to
they discuss the new and upcoming.
I've already done that. He's gonna be busy talking. All right, off the next page. One more person. We're gonna see if we can find at least one person page. Sometimes still too much. Yeah, there's a lot of differences. Ooh, Power World. Finally, we got some with Power. We got somebody that's not Battlefield or.
I know, right?
Well, what is it? Battlefield, Fortnite, or Arc Raiders? Yeah, that's.
Yep, that's it right now, man. It's basically it.
That's why I'm okay with not doing gaming.
Right.
Hey, what's going on, GM? What is going on? All right, I think we'll end with Miss GH. I've stopped by her stream before. Oh, why the heck?
John Bolton indicted. Now that I have my phone unlocked, I am getting rid of my notifications. Don't judge me.
Judge her! Judge her!
Another crazy
She's using.
double play.
Looks like she's using StreamYard or EVMux. I can't tell which.
Playoff baseball, man. Bases loaded situation that you get yourself out of. All right. Oh, what's up, Daramuth?
Woo woo!
Thank you for the $2. Hello on Rumble.
So yeah, she might
Welcome.
be using EVMux.
Ah, it's Friday. I remember you stream on Fridays. Hello. Remember passing it with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Infuser. A tea infuser. Thank you. You would know.
Oh, come on. Come on. There we
Passing it
go.
with you when I was there during. Yeah.
Let's see.
I
Let's see that.
recall somewhat that too. I mean, I pass by it frequently enough when I leave the house. You're too slow, Sam. Yeah, I know the Giants are in town. We'll see how that goes. I don't think you're gonna take this one, Dom. Who knows though? Denver's been kind of hit or miss. Freaking Bo Nix, man, driving me crazy.
She actually reads the Sherlock Holmes book series, which is, public domain at this point.
Oh, it's a diffuser. Sorry, Sam. I stand corrected, and so does Clinton, I guess.
Oh goodness. Yeah, you guys. For
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do.
There we go. All right. Well, we did our stuff.
Let's move on.
Anyway, that is the end of the Pay It Forward stream part. Of course, thank you all for joining that part. Obviously, my guests are here, so I'm not gonna, continue on. But there's so many other people. Again, it's a lot of mixed bag at times, and sometimes you have to skip some pages because they're just a few of them are all 24/7 streams or other. So it's always good to check first. Oh, but there we go. That's the end of it right there. But how are you two?
Oh, we're doing well, man. How are you doing today?
Oh, good. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that you guys can't really chat out from Rumble Studio. It doesn't have that.
Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, whoops. Okay.
No, I saw it and I was
Gotcha.
like, I saw you trying to talk to NGM. I was like, I better let them know, but I didn't want to try to go over her and stuff. So, but yeah,
you were all good.
oh no, of course. Have a good night, Wendy. Sleep well. I know it's probably what is it? 6 hours ahead of here, so it's about 8 p.m. 6 hours. It's about 1 a.m. I think. No, 2 a.m. It's about 2 a.m. where you're at. Oh crap! Wow, that is she's from Wendy. Is someone else who I've had on, and she's from the Netherlands. So she's
Okay.
she's about 6 hours ahead of us. So she has it really
Yeah.
late. Yeah. But
Probably
anyway,
really late over there.
oh yeah, I've had people from the UK. Actually, the funniest thing is that it's not the worst, but it is the most challenging is having to set up something with someone in Australia, because
Oh, yeah.
that's like a day and a half. That's like a half a day ahead, basically.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Oh, all right. We're good, man. I got my stuff to capture. We're good. I'm
Okay.
ready to go whenever you are, mate.
We're already doing it, man. You're
Oh, we're doing it, bro.
yeah,
We're
we're already
here.
doing We're doing it
Yeah,
live.
We're
doing it
We're live. Let's go. Okay.
They're just watching you try to set up your.
Yeah, I know. Just slack jawed, stupid face, trying to.
And this
That's
class is how
hilarious.
we do the click and drag right over here. Let's just do the. I don't
There we
think
go.
he's doing it well. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Obviously, as I was, as I do, I try to have all sorts of different people on, those who are and aren't creators, because usually a majority of the time creators only invite other creators on, which is understandable, right? Because you have an unknown with if you invite somebody on who's not a creator and doesn't know the circumstance. But and NGM's been on before too, so you can always ask him. But it's always interesting because when I started doing this stuff, it was mostly just doing something I didn't see other creators doing. which is
Yeah.
just that conversational aspect. But I mean, you guys, I think you. So what do you guys do exactly? I think it's gaming, but I didn't know if that was all.
Yeah, I mean, what do we do? You know what I mean? What do we do in life? I don't know, man. We just get on the camera and just whatever happens, happens. We do a lot of just chatting. We do some gaming. Usually, like if I'm just doing gaming stuff, I'm
Mhm.
usually doing it over on Rumble because
Yeah.
it's very relaxed over there for me. It's just a place I can just go play some games. If somebody shows up in the chat, I can hang out and just kick it with them for a while. And if they
Yeah.
don't, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We really got started streaming over on Twitch,
Yeah.
where we're a Christian channel. That's what we
Yeah.
started off as. We were just going to do kind of playing Christian video games, and that's kind of
Mhm.
how we really got our start over there.
Yeah.
And as we kind of tapped into that Christian community over in Twitch,
Mhm.
developing relationships with people and friendships and all that good stuff,
Yeah.
we started doing a lot of just chatting, just hanging out, talking with people, catching up with the week. And it goes everywhere over there, man. I mean, we
Yeah.
talk about the Bible, we talk about being parents, or we do a lot of relationship stuff. I mean, we
Wow.
just be chilling, man. I mean, really, we chill pretty hard over there. Really, it's not like I don't know, you know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah.
Rumble, if I just want to like hang out and I'm not like your social battery's not super duper charged,
Yeah.
she's got the baby or she's not here or something, and I want to play some games, I just go
Nice.
straight to Rumble. And half the time I don't even talk, man. I'm just playing the game, just sitting there chilling. And if somebody shows up, we'll talk for a little bit. But that's basically it.
Nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because I mean I've met some other people too who are obviously a lot of people, a lot more people are starting to do multi-platform, but I've met another few people,
Yeah.
Christian streamers as well. Most of the time they don't say it, most of the time they do, or it's
Hmm.
not they're doing something else. Like there's a gentleman called Patty's Parlor Games who's a Christian. Obviously the gentleman who I had on earlier this week, I better not get his name wrong. Bearded Nerd, who I've had
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah. I know Bearded. Yeah.
Yeah, Bearded on was on earlier this week, and obviously he's a Christian as well. So there's been a lot of people, a lot of former military, current military. Like I've had
Right.
VTubers on. Like you would, I think people just can be surprised of what having that conversational door being open is. Now, obviously, there are bad actors. I'm not gonna disregard
Yeah.
that. There are
For
bad
sure.
actors out there, and
For sure.
those are people I wouldn't want to like have on. But you never truly know someone until you get talking to them. That's that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you've been on Twitch, so you've already Twitch. Twitch is a beast of its own right, and
It is.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. And because we started over there, so look, I didn't know nothing about this, man. I knew nothing
Yeah.
about live streaming or Twitch. The very first day I ever went onto Twitch was the first
Mm.
day I streamed. I knew nothing about it, bro. We got raided one day, like it was like our third or fourth stream. We got raided, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, somebody hacked our computer." I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know any of the lingo. I didn't know what bits were. I
Oh.
didn't know none of that, bro. We just got on just to whatever. I thought
Mhm.
I had this brilliant idea. I was like, I bet you there's no Christians out there who are doing this. And I was like super wrong, man. There's
Yeah.
there's hundreds of them,
Yeah.
So we really tapped into that. And Twitch has been a really great place for us. I know there's a lot of people don't feel that way on Rumble. They
Yeah.
don't, and rightfully so for a lot
Mhm.
of reasons. I mean,
Yeah.
they have proper gripes with that
Yeah.
platform. But for us, it's been a major blessing. I mean, we had a niche, you know what I mean? We were
Mhm.
really trying to get into that Christian demographic and meet other Christians out there. And it
Mhm.
wasn't like we came into this, trying to be millionaires or like super famous streamers or whatever, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? We didn't really know what we were getting into, to be honest with you. We just kind of hopped on board and just, what happens, what happens.
Mhm.
And after we tapped into the Christian community over there, that's
Mhm.
all we know about Twitch. It's kind of like a virtual church, if you will. We get on there, we play games with people pray for each other, people have a
Mhm.
good time. They spill their guts, we all cry, and it's a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rumble's been a lot harder for me to tap into, truly. Though there are probably about a dozen people over here that I rock with something heavy. I really
Yeah.
do like them. And Bearded is one of those guys. I do like Bearded a lot.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is.
Rants Gaming a whole
Yeah.
lot.
There you go. Yeah.
Fatal Investing.
Yep.
He's a cool dude, man.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure that it's by Fatal that I heard about you first. Eternal Spartan. There's a lot of good people out there. If I forget to say anybody's name, it's not because I don't like them. It's
Yeah.
just there's a lot of names, you know.
Yeah, and I've had Ransom before. I've had Fate on before, um, and obviously, of course, like I said, a Bearded. But then like I know that there's another one. I haven't had him on before, but I know he's kind of started being on Rumble. It was Deadly Gill, I think it is. Deadly Gill's
Oh
is another
yeah,
one.
yeah. No, Dill's off the chain, man. I like him a
Mhm.
lot. He's found a lot of success on other platforms.
Yeah.
Twitch, he does really well on.
Yeah.
His Instagram, his X. He's. I mean, it's insane, man. I mean, his Discord server pops off, and they've
Mhm.
in the 3 digits just to show up for a Bible study. It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of interesting because of, I mean, especially for Twitch because of all the other stuff that kind of goes on that it's kind of gotten
Right.
it's kind of gotten known for.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's the Wild West, man. Like if you go down the wrong corner, you're just like, oh God, how did I get here? Turn around, abort mission, U-turn now. Yeah, it
Oh,
it can be pretty wild over there, man.
oh
But
my gosh,
you know.
yeah. When the whole hot tub stuff was going on, I was like, wow, this is gonna
Oh
be a thing,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, hey man, if you can rack up some cash, they're gonna find a way. You build
Yeah,
it and they will come.
that's
Um,
right.
you know and Rumble's like that too sometimes. I mean,
Yeah,
you can run into some streams sometimes and you're like, oh word, like, okay,
yeah.
that's what we're doing over here.
Mhm.
um I mean, you have the entire world of people, of population, who can just get a camera and a microphone and hop on and do what they do.
Yeah.
You're gonna find some stuff that's a bit of a culture shock to you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's
It's pretty insane. And NGM says Rumble's full of Christians, but it is a spectrum. You get the good, loving ones, and the ones who believe you will burn for not believing the same thing as them. You guys are good Christians. So there you
Oh,
go.
yeah. Well, I thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, and wait till the hot tub Bible Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, you
Hey.
get don't do it, NGM. You did it now. You gave him the wrong idea.
This man he's got ideas. That's not a bad one, bro. That's really, you're crossing the threshold, man. I like that actually. I like
Don't
that, pushing the boundaries. I love
don't
that,
cross the
NGO.
streams. Don't cross the streams, NGM. Don't do that. I mean,
No, that is hilarious.
how long have you been guys doing it together then? Because I mean, you are a married couple doing this sort of thing.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry, man. We had a notification. What happened?
Kathy.
Oh, you guys, thank you for
Thank
the
you,
subs. I
Kathy.
appreciate it. You guys are super
Aw.
duper kind.
She said,
Well,
came here to assert dominance.
dominance asserted, Kathy. What was your question, sir? I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. It's the because you guys are. I know you guys know Rance, right? So Rance is his own,
Yeah.
but he has his wife Sweets, who's with
Hmm.
him as well. But you guys are a, sort of a couple, a married couple doing
Yeah.
your thing. So I mean, has that always been the case? Has it just been one of you, or do you guys both do things together on screen?
Oh no, we do this thing together, man. Now if I'm gaming on Rumble, that's a solo dolo. And there have been some times where she does a solo stream or whatever,
Right.
and most of the time we do this thing together, man. I mean, we didn't really play a whole lot of video games
Right.
until we bought a house and kind of settled into the adult life, the whole go to work, come home, rinse, repeat type of thing. You know what I mean? And I mean, as you get older, it's like, look, man. I mean, I'm not trying to go out every Saturday. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
go out and do stuff all the time.
Oh
So
yeah.
we bought a Nintendo Switch. We sat down. We started playing some couch co-op games, and
There
we were
you
having a
go.
lot of fun doing that. And so,
Mhm.
and one thing led to another. And SoulySwitch really used to be two married couples. It was another married couple and then ourselves.
Oh
And so
wow.
so we would stream once a week. The other couple would stream once a week, and then on Saturdays, all four of us would get on and do stuff together.
Okay.
And it was a really cool actually, because we all came from different backgrounds.
Right.
She was homeschooled. I wasn't. Everybody came from a different church and all this type of stuff,
Oh.
different denominations. And what we really wanted to do was kind of show like, hey, we can all be different
Mhm.
and not agree, but
Yeah.
we don't have to burn each other at the stake type of thing.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you know. And so
Mhm.
that was really what our mission was when we first started, was to just have fun, play some games, and show that, you know, we don't always have to be so divided, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah, and that's kind of, I mean, in doing this is kind of what I've come across too, because I mean, again, a variety of people, a variety of things. Not everyone's Christian and all this stuff, but the point of the matter is though, it's become a very, I won't say a rare thing, but it's become one of those things where, um, in this sphere of things, as a content creator, having that place of just being able to converse without it being, I don't want to
Mhm.
say, I don't want to I don't want to say judgment free, because we all judge in some manner,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
more of just like starting from a blank page and going from there. Like
Mhm.
the words are not yet written, and yet through time and collaboration or corroborate, whatever that word is, you start to build something that's quite, can be quite valuable. And obviously, of course, because it's content creation, there's a whole back end thing which I've had to deal with one too many times, but life as it is.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it can be a great, um, it can be a great tool. It can be a great bridge maker. It can be a great door opener. All this stuff, and certainly with what I do, it's very unlimited opportunity.
No
Um,
doubt.
and I think that's kind of one of the other things too, is that while I get, going back to earlier, like I get why creators stick to the creator and all this stuff. It's a very it's a big chunk of people. It's a lot of doors, but it's very limited because for me, you really have people who have, and I've used this example before, but you have like, as an example, like a YouTuber, right? You know, you have
Mhm.
people with 10,000, 100,000, you know, that sort of followers. And for me, it was always like, well, what if they had like just a fifth of that? They had
Right.
that a fifth of Genesis. That's a lot of. That's a lot of. I don't want to put it as like a mean thing, is like saying it's just content, but it is a lot of content of talking with people about whatever. And again, you're gonna have people who don't speak well. You're gonna have people that are very talkative, and I've had that. Um, but the more you do it, the more you learn how to better that kind of conversational tool. And
Mm.
I just kind of think it's a lost art in itself, because we're, you know, we all use the internet for one reason or another, you know, doing this or something else. But it does seem to, like in the social media aspect, it does seem to be this thing that just overtakes, and devours, if you will, its own form of an addiction, if
It
you
is.
will. And I'm not throwing myself out of the bus, but you know, I'm pretty much a bit there, but which was not, it's not always a fun thing to admit, but you kind of have to, like, yeah, you're not free from it.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
I'm
for
not free from
sure.
it. But I know you guys are, Solely switches the combining of the two, of conjoining of the teams, but you guys have separate usernames you use, per se, because I don't want to just
Well,
throw you
we
in.
not necessarily.
Okay.
So the way we did this is, you know, we all used SoulySwitch. It was all
Mm.
four of us on the same thing, and the other two, they're not with us anymore. They
Right.
had to move another direction.
Right.
They got three kids. They got a
Yeah.
life and a house and all that. And they're what they really wanted to do, and this was their goal long before we started this. Was what
Mm.
they wanted to do was start their own brick and mortar church, and so the husband had an opportunity that he was like, "Look, man, I can't
Yeah.
walk away from this. You know what I mean? This is something I really need to. If I take this now, it really kind of solidifies my steps towards that direction."
Yeah.
And so we
Absolutely.
had like this really fun stream where we kind of laughed and cried and hugged it out and like, "Oh, I hate to see you go, but wish you
Yeah.
can come back or whatever, whatever." And
Mm.
you know, it's hey, it is what it is. So we just do the two of us now.
Yeah, but I mean, for asking like what to call us and stuff,
Yeah.
I use my personal account a lot
Oh, I
to
misunderstood. That's on
interact.
me.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No,
So
that's okay. Yeah.
he goes more by SoulySwitch because people usually know me by Acid Rain. That's usually the username that I'm under. And I'm Connor. I don't know if I actually like introduced myself to you,
Yeah.
but
No,
I'm Connor.
no, that's fine. That's what I was asking, because I mean, I know Solely Switch is sort of the combining of everyone in, but it's sort of kind of like, because you know, I asked for the username because again, now some people give their real name. Like I don't, crap, I don't know who does, but you know, it's sort of the thing with like it's the internet, and you've seen enough these content creators who get like swatted or whatever, and that's always a
Right,
horror
right.
story.
Yeah.
So I always try to ask for that because it's just a way of, you know, being able to call someone, because I don't want to call like, hey, you person, female thing, and you don't really want to do
Yeah.
that. It really doesn't work. Mother person, whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, people usually they'll call me Acid Rain or just Rain or whatever. You can. Some people are just like, "Hey, it's Souly's wife," and I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
whatever."
I just that's like saying, hey, that's the Johnson's kid, whatever the name is. This is
Yeah,
Johnson.
exactly. It's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
That's
But
so
no,
funny.
but yeah, that's pretty awesome though. Acid Rain. I almost felt like saying Purple Rain, but we're not even gonna get there. There's no song for Acid Rain. It's just like, it's coming.
Right.
So there's that. But no, but it's kind of neat because again, like an example of couples doing it, you know, get rants.
Right.
Who else do I know that's a couple that does this? I don't think I've had um too many couples on like married couples, whatever, come on, but I have stopped by through like the live streams, like you saw with the pay it forward part. There are
Mhm.
some that are couples that do. So it's kind of one of those. It's kind of a nice thing, but it's also a weird thing too, because again, like you said, there are people who you got more responsibilities, and this is a um to various people, right? It's a bit different. It's a business. It's a full time job. All this stuff. But when you have kids and family and whatnot, it becomes a different. I don't know. It just becomes a different beast into itself. So I'm like, you know, like how do you treat it? Do you just treat it as a hobby? Do you treat it like you want to make it a full time thing? Like how do you guys treat this thing? This weird
That's
thing.
a really good question. And do you want to give your side of that first?
I feel like it started out more kind of feeling like a part-time job almost.
Mhm.
But we took a step back for now for a
Yeah.
little bit. Because we just felt like we needed a little bit more time to spend with the baby and to work on like he's a martial artist, so he's been really growing his martial arts business.
Nice.
And I've been studying a lot because I'm a dance teacher, so I've been studying to add to my credentials for teaching dance. And then we've got the baby and we've got the dogs, and we needed to start working out again. And
Oh,
so
buddy.
we kind of
Um,
took some steps back on that, but we will eventually probably get a little bit more into it like we were, but we're on the road to him quitting his full-time job so that he can be a full-time martial artist and then doing content creation on the side just because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
And we've found so much community through it that it's not really something we want to just say, oh, let's trash that.
Yeah.
But we want to grow with our own dance and martial arts and stuff too. So
Quitting your sorry, let me pull this mic in. Quitting your full-time job is like a full-time job, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, man. It's something else. And you know, I was really spreading myself really thin.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy streaming. I think it's a lot of fun. You know, on my side gig, I do some editing. Nothing like how NGM does. I mean, he puts out some work out there, and I'm proud of him for doing that. But
Yeah.
mine's more of like a side hustle. It helps just, you know, make a couple extra bills, pay the groceries, et cetera, et cetera. It's a great thing. But I was really stretching myself super duper thin, and I signed up for a kickboxing fight just for funsies, and I got in there, and it didn't go so well, and I was like, yikes. So I laid in bed the whole weekend,
Oh
and I was
no.
like, all right, man, you know, look, dude, you're 28 now, you are
Mm.
not 18 anymore, you can't
Yeah.
fight like you used to, you've got this dad bod, and you're stretching yourself too thin. And
Yeah.
so I told Connor, I was like, you know, look, man, I'll cut everything out. I just want to get my life right. I'm just too
Yeah.
stretched thin. I'm not being a good husband. I'm not being a good dad. I honestly, I wasn't being good at anything. You know what I mean? It's just hard to commit yourself to 100 things at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was like, we can cut out streaming, man. It's not that big of a deal. We'll cut it out, and that way we can, do our thing and get stuff going together. And
Mm.
she was like, Nah, I don't want to cut streaming out because I'm a stay-at-home mom, and this is some of the most socialization we get throughout the week is to come on here, see our friends on Rumble and Twitch, and hang out and talk with people for a couple hours while the baby sleeps. So it's evolved a lot, man. I mean, it's evolved a lot over the time, and like she said, it'll probably evolve more as things continue to change.
Yeah, and that's a great part because I think I know, and also UB Legend says hello. By the way, hey UB Legend, how's it going?
What's up, Legend?
Hi.
Hey, and UB says you can. Oops, where I could put it? You could turn your life around in a second. I like the story. There you go. Look at that. Better not cut out streaming. Oh, he's threatening. You better be careful. He's threatening. Yeah, NGM's a good one. Yeah, actually,
Yeah, he is.
if you were to look at him, you wouldn't. If you just heard him, you wouldn't think he looks good. But he proved himself wrong when he came on. So there you go.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I didn't know he was a stunner like that.
Hey, the stream is there, man. I was like, you know what? He tried to prove something. And UB says, "I want to catch y'all streaming one day." Yeah, just their links are down below, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But where was I at? But yeah, no, I've had him on, and I've also used his services too. So
Yeah.
he's much appreciated. I may come back for that, but money's always a thing. But no, I mean it's awesome because I used to take judo when I was
Oh, yeah.
younger, and unfortunately didn't stay with it long because I really didn't stay interested in it. So it was one of those things like I'm done.
Judo's a rough one, man. Those falls it's a lot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I do a lot of judo, a lot, and it's those falls. I've been doing it for 13 years, and sometimes I come home and I'm like, look, man, I just gotta lay down for a little bit if that's okay. It's
Papa needs a break. Hold on. Papa needs a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Papa needs a walking cane and some health insurance is what I need.
It's like, wow, that guy looks really young, but he has a cane. What's going on here?
Yeah, right. He's got a limp. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that that is gonna be the hilarious part. But yeah, I mean, what martial arts do you do then?
Yeah, so I really specialize in Japanese martial arts. I'll pull this in just so I don't have to scream into it. I specialize in Japanese martial arts. My instructor, he started in Shotokan Karate in 1971, made his way into Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, into Hapkido, Kodokan Judo, and some kickboxing. And over the years, he found that a lot of those systems, although they complement each other, it's hard to blend them very well. And so what he spent his life doing, I mean, he's taught over 50 years. He's taught over 30,000 students. He's worked with Secret Service, actors. I mean, he's a gnarly guy. I mean, just an incredible human being. I mean, so much more than a martial arts instructor to me. He's more like a father, just an incredible human being. And so he devoted his life to it. I think it's 28 broken bones in total throughout his life. And it's just what he's done to try to take all those systems and make them one coherent thing. So if you look at what I do, it doesn't look like jiu-jitsu. It doesn't look like judo. It doesn't look like hapkido. It's kind of like our daughter. She looks like me. She looks like her. She kind of looks like her grandma, and then she kind of looks like her grandpa too. And that's what our system is. It's kind of all blended together. You know what I mean? So the actual system that I study is called Aisok Jiu-Jitsu. It's AISOK Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's basically just Japanese martial arts in a nutshell with a modern day application and twist. We do a lot of weapon disarms. I've trained 13 years with the Japanese sword and various other Japanese weapons and stuff like that.
Nice. Just don't accidentally cut something. All right, that's the worst. Don't.
Oh,
the sword
dude,
slip.
it's the worst, man. I've ran them down my index finger before. Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, it's disgusting.
No.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to see nightmares already. I'm like,
it's the worst. I heard a story. This guy, he cut his finger one time and he was paralyzed just in his hand for like 3 years. And one day he woke up, he could use it again. I was like, dude, you know what I mean? Just one little cut hits the wrong nerve and you're it's the worst.
Oh yeah, so there was it wasn't really any martial arts or anything, but when I was younger, my parents live in a 1920s house, so it's a very old house, probably one of the first houses on its block, and
Mhm.
they're up this very old looking house. They've renovated over time, but there's an attic they have, and during a renovation part, like it was really not there yet. They had a window in the attic that would look out. It's like a three-pane window, and I can't remember what happened, but
Mhm.
I tried shutting it. Well, I shut it in the wrong way or whatever, and I ended up with that.
Oh, that's pretty wicked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's actually kind of cool looking. That kind of you could put that like a brand logo on a bottle. That looks pretty cool.
It almost looks like a Nike lightning strike, but I want to be careful because I don't want copyright. But
Nike copywriting your thumb is on par. That's pretty wild.
it's my thumb. But
just gonna take it from you.
yeah, well, the thing of it is, like, it was not a fun time though. It was not fun, especially as you're like I think it was around was like young kid, teen, and you're just trying to shut a window to get it closed, and all of a sudden,
Right.
yeah, it was not a fun time. But that's not the worst one though. I was the other one is it's not very visible. There is some bits, but there was a camp I used to work at. Now this is not a Christian camp. This was a very secular,
Mhm.
non-profit camp. I don't want to say exactly, uh,
Sure.
but at this camp, at a certain point, I began working for their maintenance area. I used to go to this camper, and then I went to start working for like their maintenance crew. Well, one of these weeks, or one of these days was on a week where they were doing a theme week. Like giants and wizards one week and all sorts of stuff. It changed every week. Well, this week was sort of a survivor week. Now,
Okay.
obviously, I watched the Survivor show back in the day. I don't watch it anymore because I don't have regular television. Just have the internet. but so my job was I was take like I don't know what they call like a hacksaw, like it has like the bow and then it
Mhm.
has a blade. So I went out and I was supposed to make um like certain length sticks and all that stuff. Well,
I don't like where this is going.
I'll spare you the part, but basically like if I don't know if it's barely visible, but there's like a
It's hard to
little
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I do see that.
Oh, I see. I keep forgetting. It's like right there, but there is a. Oh, where can I find it? Like there is a. Yeah, this is the part where I'm trying to look for things. Oh, here it is. So I know it's not trying to be offensive or anything, but it's very faint. It's very faint, so you can
Yeah.
see where you have a scar right here, and you have a scar right here, and so I just kinda. I was lucky I
Yo.
didn't do any more damage, but it was not a fun day. Um,
Yikes.
so I learned my lesson that sometimes it's good to carry a pair of gloves with you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
No
there's
doubt.
still there's stuff that happens, like you're talking about the swords and stuff, but I no, I'm very that's why I don't like in the cooking stuff, like you have to use like a sharp knife for cutting up vegetables ever. I'm very hesitant to go
Right.
that far. Maybe for a good steak, all right? Maybe for a good
Yep.
steak, I'll use a blade. But beyond that point, I'm very hesitant to use kind of blades because of just like you don't want you don't want to be in the one of those people in the movie where you accidentally cut off a finger. It's like, oh, well, it's gonna
Yeah.
be that kind of
There's
day.
that. Yeah. Uh-huh. There's
And the
that.
meal's ruined at that
The
point.
meal is definitely
Oh,
ruined. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. But once you've had a couple of cuts, man, it's like the dangers of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like I was a crazy risk taker when I was a kid. I was skateboarding and doing all sorts of stuff like that. And I got into a four-wheeler accident when I was in like 5th grade,
Oh my
and it
gosh.
messed me up pretty bad. I had a broken elbow and a broken hand. My neck was all messed up, and 2 weeks later, I broke my elbow a second time. And so when I got X-rays of it, yeah, I tripped over a basketball, bro. I was playing basketball, and they knew I couldn't catch the ball, and so they were trying to roll it to me while we were playing basketball. And with
Yeah.
all the people running around and stuff, I just hit it the wrong way. And I'm
Yeah.
right-handed, so when I went down, I tried to catch myself with my right hand, which was the broken hand and elbow. And so when I got the X-ray, they were like, "Yeah, dude, your elbow is not broken; it's shattered. It's just like a bunch of little pieces in there." Yeah, it was pretty wicked, man. It was rough. So I wore that cast for a long time. They stuck pins in there, and it's okay now. Like I can move it and everything. But since that accident, it's like you realize like, oh, okay, like I can be killed. Like I'm pretty fragile, you know. And so
Yeah.
I don't do like bungee jumping. I don't jump out of airplanes. I don't mess around with none of that stuff, man. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know, you've had a couple of injuries, you start to take stuff really seriously. Like what you're saying with the knives and stuff. You get a bad cut, man. It's like, ugh, yikes.
Well, and this kind of goes back to like when you guys are talking about like losing weight and stuff. Like for me, I have to start. I kind of have to really get into that too because I have a situation of my own right where, I've got to take care of my. I'm old, but I'm not that old. Okay, but I'm old enough that like you kind of get into that point where you have to start taking care of yourself because I have unfortunately a bad deal of high cholesterol. So I've got to start being very serious about what I have to do. Otherwise, it's just going to be like life.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I dislike about like. Yes, you have to be responsible for yourself and your health and stuff, but it's very difficult at times because of all the good, nice things that are out there that you want to eat and all the stuff. You go to a gas station, you said, "This is my wonderland."
Yes.
But yeah, it's not fun, and yeah, so I'm at a point where I have really no choice. And hey, Stuff Central, how's it going? How you doing, good sir? But yeah, I you know what? I congratulate you guys at least getting to that point. You're like, we got to take care of ourselves because it's not just a blade, right? It's not just a blade.
Yeah.
It's not an accident or whatever. It's pretty much every day of your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
a
for sure.
fragility. And like there's some things that are just out of your control. Like I mean, you hear these stories of like car accidents and stuff and whatnot, and winter's coming up. I don't know what state you're in. I'm in Indiana, but they're just
Yeah.
when winter
Oh,
comes
dude.
up.
Yeah. You get it rough up there, huh?
Oh God. Oh well, I'm hoping for a better winter, but I can only hope. I can only hope for getting to wear my shorts for Christmas so long. It just I did it last year. I'm like yes.
That's so funny. We're in Carolina, so we just got out of the humid.
Oh yeah.
Hot summer.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
dude,
my God.
it's so
loving
humid down
this.
here in the southeast like that.
Ugh.
We get about like 2 weeks of fall, and we're in those 2 weeks right now, and it is
It's
it is
nice.
glorious, man. It's so nice. The sun is warm, but the shade is cool. It's
Mhm.
like it's dreamy for about 2 weeks there, and after that, it's the worst.
Yeah, but you guys do get depending on which one you. I mean, technically, I think both, but I think you do guys get hurricanes once in a blue moon.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get kind of remnants, if you will. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think in the late '80s, early '90s, we were hit pretty hard with a hurricane called Hugo.
Oh
So
yeah.
we're really due for one.
Yeah.
Truly, we are. I mean, I'm not asking for it, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
but
Well,
but we're due for one.
Where we're at, it sort of like skips around.
Yeah.
Unless it's like every 30 years, you'll get a really, really bad storm. We had a pretty bad piece of the hurricane. I think it was 2018 or 19.
Was
But this
was it the Helena one? I think it was Helena.
no,
Okay.
so that was last year, and
Mhm.
that
That was
wrecked
devastating.
Asheville.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
rough.
So that happens like once every 100 years. But the
Jesus.
coastline, which we're like 3 hours from the coast,
We're dead in the middle of the state, dude.
yeah,
Wow.
they get it pretty bad sometimes. But we're kind of lucky, so we'll get like a bad storm. Some trees will come down. We might lose power, but like
Right.
nothing crazy.
Yeah. No, this is the worst part because I mean the one for her lane. I know it kind of went up Florida, Georgia, and all this stuff. I don't know where exactly rested, but I remember when I'm pretty sure you guys remember Katrina, right? Like Katrina.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When it had happened, it went up, and it was so when Katrina happened, it was a whole week of just rain where
It was
we
the
were.
worst.
It was
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it was like that's so funny. I'd never seen a hurricane do that. It's it comes because it doesn't have enough that it doesn't get that energy from the ocean,
Right.
which is what powers a hurricane. For those who don't know, so it just loses it over the land. But I mean, it was so long lasting. Like, I think this is the time where Noah started building an ark, and I'm kind of late on that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Katrina was an anomaly, man. I mean, that was
Yeah.
a wild time to be alive, really, truly. I mean, it was a media sensation at the time, too. It was
Oh
something
yeah.
else.
Well, and the thing of it is like obviously we've all heard of New Orleans, the
Yeah.
culture and all that stuff. But when it came to that, it was like they say it's a bowl. Like
Right.
I didn't know that there
Right.
were levees keeping the water back, but
I
then when
didn't
the
know
levees
either.
broke, and then it came in and it's just like this huge bowl, and I'm like, why would you build a city in a bowl?
Right. Right. What yeah. Who got the engineering contract on that job and was like, "Guys, I've got it. I've got it. You know what I mean? Here's my idea. Right on the coast. Let's, what in the world, man?"
And they
Yeah.
get hit every year.
Dude, yeah, it's
Every
they
year they're
get
like, "We've
rocked
got a
every
hurricane.
year.
Everything's flooded." And I'm like, I'm so shocked to hear that.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
unbelievable.
Right. Plot twist.
You would think that they would. I mean, I don't know how well it would do against like rushing water stuff because like Texas and some areas down there they flood and all
Yeah.
that. Especially I think there was a flooding like last year, a year ago in Texas where it was pretty bad. But
Yeah.
you have those things where you have these houses that are built on stilts. They're like built above the water.
Yeah. Mhm.
And you would think that, I mean, it's same thing with like, people who live in Tornado Alley, like in Oklahoma and all this stuff. You'd think there'd be ways of getting around that. Obviously, I don't know if it's feasible to live underground because you could also have flooding there too. But
Sure.
it's like we certainly can adapt, but it's not really like to avoid having to rebuild again, sort of adaptation,
Yeah.
if
That's
that
true.
makes sense.
Right. And
'Cause
danger lurks around every corner, right?
Oh,
That's kinda
geez.
how we got on the subject is like,
Yeah.
even if we were like, "Let's go up in spaceships," there'd be rocks and stuff up there, you know what I mean? It's like, you
Oh
just
my
can't
god.
escape anything,
Oh,
you
no,
know?
yeah, because I don't remember where I read it from, but even like a small little pebble that it's in space, there's really not much resistance other
Right.
than like the gravity of planets or smaller pieces. And so you could have a piece of rock going so fast that it will just crack the metal or crack the
Oh, dude.
glass.
Yeah.
It's insanely scary because, on Earth, at least if something breaks, cracks, whatever, at least you have the ability to have hair again, or air again. Sorry.
Yeah.
But if you go out in space,
Right.
it's a no show. Like you better have an air tank, or otherwise you're gone for good. And that's
Yeah.
the big
Yeah.
scary part right there.
Yeah, it's insane. I know that's how we got onto this conversation. Is it's just danger gets around. It's everywhere, man. And
Yeah.
you know, like you said, as you get older, you start to notice it more. You know what I mean? And uh, for instance, I drive so much slower now than I did when I was younger. You know,
Mhm.
I was like most young adults, man. I was 90 miles an hour everywhere. You know,
Ugh.
and after having a child, it's like
Yeah.
everything's just so slow now. I go like 5 over
Yeah.
consistently, and that's it. And it's just, as you get older, you just kind of look at stuff a little bit differently, and
Yeah.
you start thinking about where you're going to live based off of these type of things,
Yeah.
because I have some family that is from Indiana, and from what
Yeah.
I understand, you guys can get some pretty wicked tornadoes up there.
There was so I'm not gonna say exactly, but where I live, we only got a tornado maybe once in a blue moon and a couple of threats, but never beyond that point because
Really?
it's just it's not in that kind of area. They're probably more down south, like beyond Indianapolis or whatever.
Hmm.
But where I live, it's not that occasion. But I mean, it's always possible that a tornado can happen. It's just it doesn't hit, just depending on where you live at.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all that temperate stuff, hot air, cold air, all the things that make a
Hmm.
perfect, not a perfect storm, but a storm enough that can land you a tornado if you're not careful. Um, but no, but I mean, look, I've been made fun of when I was first starting driving out. I was made fun of for driving like granny or grandpa. Yeah, it's true. But there was this one story where I was, my mom worked at a not for profit business, and we were coming home, and so it was nighttime, and during that time she had a, what was it, Toyota Sienna, a minivan, right?
Mhm.
And I was driving. I think it was still my early days where I still need, like, I had a permit, and so you have to build up that time to get all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And
After nines and stuff.
oh yeah, all the fun stuff. So I was driving down this road. Now, obviously, when you're driving, you still have this coming this way and going that way, and then you have the side roads. Well, funny enough, driving home this way, and on the side road there was a truck, and so I was driving. But funny enough, this truck was getting a little too friendly to the side. So I was like, I was probably, I don't know how far it was, but I was probably like, you know, a little. It's a little. Oh, hold on, I'll have to do myself a big, but it's sort of like I was probably. How do I? There we go. It was probably about this much space.
Oh, dude.
It was enough that it could hit, but it wasn't enough to hit, and so I was like, I saved some family. Well, it was gonna be hitting me, so I didn't. It was saving me more than anything else. But me driving like a granny, and then me, driving at all, saved some lives there. But it was
Yeah.
just ridiculous of the truck driver to kind of pull out and just while a car is going by. So that was a fun time. But really, my only my only worry is during winter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Scary, yeah.
Yeah. So I've luckily, thank the Lord, I've never been in like a really bad car accident before.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Nothing where like nobody was seriously injured or anything
Yeah.
like that. Connor, on the other hand, has oh, dude.
Yeah. Well, I was driving. I was in the I was like 14 and I
Okay.
was in the passenger seat
Mhm.
and like there's a van, like a like keep your kids away kind of van, like a white van in front of us.
Oh yeah.
It started swerving and
Right.
I had been asleep. I woke up because my mom started freaking out and this van was like swerving. I was like, what is going on with this van? And they turned to the right and we're on like a major interstate at the time. So everybody's
Right.
going fast and they turned to the right and crashed into the car that was next to us.
Oh.
And then we just see headlights because this drunk driver lady came down the exit ramp the wrong way and was driving towards traffic. So they hit us head on. And luckily we were in a Jeep Wrangler at the time. So
good.
they had the roll cage, but we had flipped about 4 times.
What?
Yeah, it was wild. And then all I can remember while flipping was the airbags were like bright pink. And so it was so weird. I was like, this is like the biggest piece of bubble gum I've ever seen. I was just so confused. I just woke up. And we landed upside down and so
Yeah.
everybody kind of got out and then I got out and we had to like go across the road and wait there for first responders and to see what
Yeah.
was going on and why did this happen, but nobody was seriously injured. We all went to the hospital.
That's good.
We drove ourselves because the ambulances are too expensive.
Expensive.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, but no, nobody was hurt. They put me in a little like collar for a while because I was like, yeah, my neck kind of hurts.
A
Yeah.
collar. A neck
Yeah,
brace.
like the neck brace. Yeah,
Yeah, neck brace.
They put me in one of those.
Hassan.
Yeah,
It's a very
It was a
very
little-
big collar. That's what it is. A
Yeah.
very big
Yeah.
collar.
Yeah, it was a little embarrassing, but then they were like, no, you're fine. So that was fine. I've been in a couple like minor accidents
Yeah.
where the only thing hurt was my pride in my car. So like nothing, not a
Which
big deal.
Well, the real question is which came first, the pride of the car?
Oh gosh, yeah.
I've never really been in a bad one before.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I've had little fender benders and stuff like that, and there have been times where like somebody ran into my rear end, and it was
Oh yeah.
so minuscule. I get out, I look at them, I wave them on, and
Yeah.
there's just whatever.
Yeah.
Really, the only bad one I've ever been on. I'm pretty open about this on my channel, so
Yeah.
stop me if I get a little too mature and topic for you, okay? But when I was younger, you never know. You never know. Just out of courtesy and respect.
Let's just look at the camera and say, viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, exactly. But when I was younger, I really enjoyed a lot of drugs and substance and stuff like a lot of young
Yeah.
adults do. And really, the only time I ever crashed was it was the first time in my life I had ever drove sober. It was pretty wild. I guess I just wasn't used to it. I don't know, but I had a little Honda Accord, and
Ooh.
it was raining. My windshield wipers were broken and my headlights were broken, and it was at nighttime. Yeah, perfect. It was a nice recipe for disaster.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I spun off the road and everything, tore this dude's farm up, whoever's field that was. I apologize. But the cool thing was about it though is that I spun out of that cornfield, and I just put the car back in drive, rode it back up onto the road, and whatever. And when I pulled over to kind of assess the damage and everything, of all the possible people that could have pulled up, just some random stranger on the road was a Honda specialist. He got out of the car, fixed my car, and sent me down the road. It was the coolest. Yeah, it was the coolest thing ever, man. Yeah, he was like, "Are you doing all right?" I was like, "Yeah, man. I just car problems." He got out and he was like, "This is a lot more than car problems, bro. Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I've ran it into that guy's field." And he was
Wow.
like, "Well, bro, I'm a Honda specialist. This is what I do. Do you have any tools?" It's like, "Yes, I do. I do have tools. You
Please.
angel, you."
Please.
Yeah, he fixed me up, and I went driving on the road, man. It was pretty
Nice.
sweet. But other than that, I've really never had any bad car
I
problems.
was in the car again with somebody else at the time where I had been driving for
Yeah.
like 3 hours late at night. It was their turn. They 30 minutes into them driving fell asleep at the wheel and just kind of rode off the road into the little like grassy area between the highways.
Yeah.
And I was so angry. I was so angry. They were like, "Can you
Yeah.
take over?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll take over." I was so angry. But nobody got hurt. We just drove it back out. So
That's good.
it's really good that gotta be looking out in those situations.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I also want to point out, Bronson, I googled it and it is called a cervical collar. It's
No.
that's the most common medical term for the
Okay. All right.
device.
Well,
So.
all right. You had a little collar then. All right. I thought it was a neck brace.
Well, it's technically called a neck brace too, but I mean, we won't let them take it away. I won't let them take it away. It'll be called a neck brace for the rest of his life.
Yeah. You got a winner. You won. You won the terminology contest.
Thanks, man.
Sometimes you gotta take the small wins, even if they are really small. But no, I remember I've been involved like as a kid. Like there was an accident where obviously my parents were driving down a dark road. It was like a Ford Aerostar, and my dad was driving, but they hit they hit a deer, and so we had to get a ride into town and stuff. So that's one of those things. But
Oh, yeah.
There's only been one accident I've been ever involved in. And it was my vehicle. It was actually funny enough. It was a Honda Accord. It was a Honda Accord 97. Yeah, no, it was a Honda Accord EX 97. That's how I remember it. And it was a stick shift. Ugh, I missed that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Was it a VTEC?
Oh man, I don't know. I really don't remember. I know it was white. But
Yeah.
I just like
Yeah.
I just like the driving stick better because in order to get a stick shift car now, you either have to get it new or you have to find an old one, and it
Right.
sucks. It sucks because I enjoyed when there was a hill. I was like, oh, let's go into neutral, and
That's
then you just
cool.
kind of goes from there. But so what happened was I was driving home from a job I was doing. I was a custodian at a nonprofit organization. And so the where the accident happened, it was a curved road. And in this curved road, there's a curved road, and then on one of the curved part was a street leading down to somewhere else. And it was like an old brick road, right? So
Mhm.
you had this asphalt curved road, and then you had this brick road, which some places have it for like historian areas or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was following the natural curve of this road because there's no like turn signal thing, whatever, unless you go into that thing. So what happened is that in this curve there were people trying to turn into that brick road, and so
Oh.
I was in front of someone was in front of me, so it wasn't too fast, but someone was in front of me, and all of a sudden the person trying to turn into this road had hit my driver front end. So I did get an airbag, but it wasn't that bad. But it's like there was a bit of deafness for a while,
Oh
not
wow.
too long. So it was an experience. Certainly, it wasn't my fault though. So it was great stuff.
Hey, there you go.
But my car was wrecked. So it was like I lost a stick shift car.
Aw.
I was like, the sadness continues.
Does it hurt when the airbag comes out? I hear they're pretty painful.
I don't remember. It wasn't that on speed, right? It was sort of like maybe less than 20 miles per hour. It wasn't that hard. And when it hit me, it was
Oh,
sort of
okay.
just sort of like that corner area where that headlight is at on the driver's side. And the funny thing is that he was driving a rental.
Oh no, and it was his fault. Oh, he never recovered from that, man. That's
Yeah.
that's a horrible situation.
But he had insurance with it. So it was a weird situation because I'd never been in a car accident before. So you have your parent, the
Yeah.
help, and all that stuff. And but my sadness was just I wasn't gonna have a stick shift. I have an automatic, so I'm thankful I have a car. But it was just a sad day because that's how I learned to drive, was with a stick
Mm.
shift. So what the story behind the vehicle itself is it belonged to a family friend, and he was going to Granada to learn about being a doctor and stuff because it was cheaper to go to Granada to learn how to be a
Okay.
doctor. And of course, he was married at the time. He's going to take him and his wife down there, all that stuff. But before he was going to leave, he was going to sell his car, which was the car he used, way before, during when he was working elsewhere. But he was going to sell it, and he's looking for other people, and it was like, I need a vehicle at the time. He was selling it. I think I only paid like $500 for it, because he was wanting to get rid of it, and family friend, all that stuff.
Hey.
Great guy. But yeah, that was the first vehicle I learned how to drive on, and stick shift. So for those that don't know, stick shift or manual as they call it, you have to change gears. You have to do the gear changing. It's not the car that does it automatically. You have to do it, and it's a very weird system of like you have to use you have to use your left foot for this.
Right.
So it's like right foot is brake and gas, and then your left foot is for the clutch, and so you're trying to do this whole contraption-y thing. There were many days where I was grinding the gears, like no, don't stop doing that, stop. It was not fun. But yeah, it was a great time. But yeah, it's difficult to get a stick shift car nowadays. It really
It is. It's crazy difficult. I never learned how to drive stick. When I was a kid, my dad had this old Ford pickup truck, and he'd let me sit in the middle. And as he would work all the levers, I
Yeah.
could sit over there and really
Nice.
destroy his transmission. You know, so I understood like basic concepts to it. And if I needed to get you to a hospital, I could, you know what I mean?
That's
But I
good.
never got smooth with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I never got real smooth with it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things like when you're a man, you really want to know how to do one. It seems like a real
Yeah.
manly thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn how to drive a stick.
It's more. It feels like it's more freeing because you can hit those marks.
Mhm.
Because obviously there's like some are 5 gear, some are 6 gear, just depends.
Right.
But for me, it was sort of like you can control because you can. So how it works is that even with a stick shift, right? You can down speed or whatever they call it, downshift, where it was like you
Yeah.
could use the gears to slow you down, and that was a sort of a helpful thing during winter. But again, always be
Right.
careful because ice is not your friend. It's not a joke either. But yeah, it was one of those things where it's kind of like you could on a hill, you could just go into neutral and all this stuff and downshift or downgrade, whatever it was called. But there was a sort of freedom with it. It was sort of more it was for me. It was more of free driving thing rather than just with automatic because your left foot is just there like you can't use
Just
it.
hanging out.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
handicap. It's a handicap foot. It's like just
Right.
doing whatever.
just playing his part, man.
Yeah, and you can't use it for like doing a break because it just gets weird with that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, isn't it? Yeah, because it kind of crosses over a little too far.
Yeah.
On mine, I drive a Hyundai now. I've got a little
Oh, that's
Elantra,
good.
like a 2018 Elantra, and it has
Nice.
the slap shift option where I can take my automatic and lift it over to the driver's side, and
Interesting.
it's very. I mean, it's okay because you push it up to
Mhm.
go up a gear and you pull it down to go down a gear,
Right.
and you have to do it appropriately based on your how many revs per minute you're going, et cetera, et cetera. And
Right.
it's nice, like you said, if you're in rainy weather or snowy weather, and you can just
Mhm.
make sure, hey, I'm gonna stay in first or second gear. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That way I can just move or whatever. And that's
Mhm.
really nice. But I don't know. There's something so cool. Like whenever you watch like the Need for Speed movies, and they always
Yeah.
put such a, what is it called? Not Need for Speed, Fast and
Oh,
Furious.
Fast and Furious, yeah.
And they always put so much emphasis on them like slapping that stick around, going on those cool shapes. And every time I see them, like, God, that's just so cool, man. I just want to
Yeah.
learn how to do that so bad.
Yeah, that's I feel like sometimes they're really not driving the car, they're just looking like they drive the car, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, more than likely.
a
Yeah.
little apprehensive of that, but I digress. It's just this sort of thing. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, and so what happens, guys, is that I set aside some time for me and my guests to promote stuff. Now I know I do sometimes have guests who aren't content creators, so it's just like give a few words or whatever. But since you guys are, I did find as many of your links as possible, but I'm gonna have to do this in separate parts. So I would advise if you ever get a link tree, that might be more helpful because you have a lot of
Yeah,
links.
maybe one day. Yeah, I need to, dude. I'm such a lazy content creator, man. My title on Twitch today is I hate making titles. And I don't even like some of my thumbnails on Rumble is literally a black screen with white words that say "cool thumbnail." And
There
it's
you go.
just
Hey, I'm
yeah.
simple,
I'm
man.
such a lazy content creator, dude. I'm the
Hey,
worst.
look,
I will make a link tree.
I use Canva. Right, I use Canva to make my
Yeah.
thumbnail, but it's basically a template. Like the template I have, well, thanks to Dashboard, he kind of helped make it, because we kind of bounced around ideas. But basically, what I do is I just plop in, plop out, change the date and time and all that stuff.
Right.
The gets better, and it's pretty much it. Because it's more of like building efficiency rather than like you see all these other. We'll get there, but right now your
Yeah.
guys' links are up. Obviously, I know it's in two parts, but they do have a lot of links. Most of it I had to go through your
Thank you.
YouTube to get it because it's not in your bio on X.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay, but I was like, okay, so because I know you're on Twitch, as you said, but I also found you on YouTube, and that's where all your links were to find all your stuff. So,
Right.
but if you guys want to promote yourself in your way, the floor is yours.
Yeah, sure, man. You want to promote us?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, all right, here you go.
If you want to come hang out with us, we just hang out. Yeah.
W
Follow-
promotion, nice. W promotion, let's go. That was clean.
No, we do. We just love growing the community and meeting so many new friends, and so we'd love for you guys to come and hang out.
Yeah.
It's always a chill time.
Or not.
Or not. Sometimes it's not.
They get a little rowdy over here.
Sometimes.
We call ourselves like late night Christian TV. You know what I mean? Like we we're pretty open. We can talk about whatever. We can talk about the scripture, theology, or history, or whatever, and it is what it is. But we find ourselves doing a lot. I mean, like a lot as we talk about dating and marriage and stuff like that. Those conversations can get pretty twisty sometimes, and it's cool, man. One thing that I really enjoy doing is Connor will pull up certain Reddit stories. They can be Christian Reddits, or they may be marriage problems or whatever. Just crazy, like just wild Reddit stories. And we sit here and we laugh about them. We give our takes on them. People in the chat give their take on them. And it can lead to some really fun conversation, man. Really, truly.
We disagree a lot more than you'd think that we would.
Oh, dude, we disagree all the time.
Sometimes,
Yeah, we be fighting on here.
Yeah.
But really, what our main goal is right now, when it comes to streaming, and content creation in general, is what I really have this super grandiose idea, right? Everybody's got a big dream somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And when in the side of streaming, what I'd like to see in this grand world we live in, I would like to see more Christian media. And so what we try to do a lot is we try to play as many Christian video games as possible when we've kind of settled down in the just chatting section. And we've had a lot of fun. We've had Christian game developers come on the stream, and we've interviewed them and talked to them. We have devs come into the chat and hang out with us. We really want to. I think most Christians have an idea in their head of what would be just like a super sick Christian video game or a really cool Christian anime or comic book or movie or whatever it is that you're into. You have this thing in your head and in your imagination. You're like, yo, that would be sick. I would pay top dollar. I would pay $80 to play that video game.
Nice.
And most of us do, most of us have that idea. It's just Christian games don't get the funding that they need. And so what we try to do is just make people more aware that they're out there, that these devs are out there, and, they're trying to do a good thing. Media is a very, very powerful resource. Storytelling is a very powerful resource. And it's hard to get a non-believer into a church.
Yeah.
It's hard to get Christians into a church sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But people do enjoy video games, and they can be platformers or narrative driven or action RPGs or just whatever you want, man. And there's some place in the Bible where that type of theme can apply. And, I know we're on Rumble, so I can speak a little more freely over here than I would on Twitch normally. But there's so many companies out there that they don't share the ideology and the same values that Christians do. You know what I mean? There's a lot of big corporations or big billionaires, philanthropists, whatever out there that and quite frankly think the exact opposite of what we do, and they want to promote things that Christians don't, and it's kind of sucky sometimes because they own a large portion of the market, and so we sometimes it's unavoidable. We feed into that, and we pay them those dollar bills that they then turn back around to use against us and to promote sinful lifestyles and things that are corrosive to the family, and et cetera, et cetera. And I think that with how amazing the stories are that are in the Bible, how amazing those stories are that have lasted thousands and thousands of years and are still being told and read today. I think that they would fit so perfectly on a video game screen, but it just takes a lot of time and a lot of money. And if we could find a way to divert our money away from these companies that don't like us and start putting our money into Christian businesses, whether they're t-shirt designers or musicians or whatever out there, content creators, whatever it is, we can start to build our own type of economy, just a Christian economy. And that's part of the reason why on SoulySwitch we really, really emphasize that you might be Catholic and I might not, and we might disagree on like 90% of things. You might be Eastern Orthodox and I might not, and we might disagree on 90% of things, but at the end of the day we just have bigger fish to fry right now. It's the unity within Christianity that keeps us uplifted, and what the enemy tries to do constantly is separate us. And so here at SoulySwitch, what we try to do is bring that thing together and elevate the economy of Christians. And that's our pitch, man. All 19 minutes of it.
And 20 minutes. All right, that was good, guys.
There you go.
Man, I did not think it'd go 30 minutes. That's incredible. No. But no, again, their links are, like I said, they're down below on both Rumble and YouTube because they do stream to both areas. But that is the sort of thing. But yeah, I definitely there's other stuff than Linktree out there, but definitely try, if you can, try and look into it, because when you have that many places you're at, it's best to have some place where you can just point a person to one thing and they can just because it's more of like it's more like cleaning up, right? Your house is you have, oh look, there's a YouTube shirt on the wall and there's a Rumble on your so you kind of clean up and make it look good, and but that's a personal opinion, so do with it what you will. But their links will both be on the Rumble and YouTube sides if you want to see where else they're at. They're at this point they're pretty much all over, so that's the fun part. Basically, with being a content creator, my thing has always been being on one platform is just not viable anymore, especially with what you see what YouTube does and Twitch does. It's best to be on multiple platforms. But for my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on, because again, I do stream to both. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment, or follow, anything that helps, with the engagement factor, of course, is much appreciated because not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want to be. Like if someone says I don't want to be seen, then I don't know how your stuff will grow. But
Right.
but it's all part of that ordeal. Like when I first started out, I was very hesitant in asking like likes and all this stuff. But then I was like, you just have to start doing it. I think it was like I had Fragniac on a long time ago, and he was
Oh
sort of
yeah.
like, you just do it. You just do it. It's part of the ordeal. You just do it because you want people to see your stuff. But try to stay humble about it at least. But the other part about it too is, give me 1 second. And the other part about it too is that, of course, I have my own link as well. That is a link tree of sort. You can go there. You'll find my Twitter X. You'll find my email. Of course, you find the Rumble and YouTube links there, but you also find a link to Discord. It's mostly just for DMing. I have no interest in doing a server because I only have so much mental bandwidth, and I already have a
Yeah,
full
dude.
I already have a
Yep.
full-time job. I'm not trying to be. I've seen some content creators put up these things called like media social kits or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm no.
Yep.
That's too much. That's too
It's
much
way
work,
too
man.
much, man. Way too much.
I'm just here to enjoy this thing and get to talk to people. This is like, do
Right.
you want to make this a full-time job? I'm like, it's not good to have this as a full-time job. It really isn't. Unless you can get like the multi-platforming and the money from different
Right.
platforms thing. And even then it's still very very fragile. But the link is there, so give it a look, and all my stuff is in there, so you can check that out. Of course, the last thing I do, obviously I am in Rumble's creator program, but I only meet the requirements to stay in, not to get paid. But I'm okay with that because again, we could talk for hours on our issues with Rumble, but that's that. But a while back, there's a company called Proton. I don't know if you've heard of Proton or not, but they are a privacy sort of thing. They have so the thing I'm promoting, as you can see right there, is called Proton Limited. It's a plan that allows you. It encompasses all their things like Proton Drive, Proton Pass, Proton VPN. Obviously, that's one that's self-explanatory, and Proton Mail, which is their mail thing. Um,
Mhm.
Give me 1 second. I got copy link. But so what it is, just to kind of go a bit about them, since you guys may not know, and this is a link to kind of go to that platform poll. But what it is, so the suite contains those 4 things, and one of the things is Proton Drive. So if you know like Google Drive or Dropbox, whatever, it's sort of like that, but it's very privacy oriented, meaning it's not used for like AI stuff. They can't see into it. It's all yours. It's encrypted. All the files encrypted. So there's that. Proton Pass is their password manager. Like you see 1Pass or whatnot. But this again is very privacy orientated because you can make password lengths as long as you want. All this stuff, and you get to use this thing. So for the Proton Pass, you get to use this thing called an alias email. So what that means is that they make an email for you that you can use, but it directs back to your actual email address, the Proton one. And so if you sign up for, say, like, I don't know, go for like a gym or something like that, you could use that alias email and just sign up for stuff, and it'll direct that mail to your mailbox. But if the company wants to get spammy or they would just want to get a little intrusive, whatever, you can just shut that off and you won't get anything from them anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
Because they don't have that email address. The
Yeah.
Proton VPN is a bit explanatory, but they do have a free version you can try. But the Proton Unlimited version has the paid version. Obviously, has more to go with it. I'm not too technical, but you can go to the link and you'll find more. The Proton Mail, I have AOL, I have iCloud, I have Gmail, because if you have YouTube, you have to have Gmail. Now, this is the one thing I will kind of give Rumble credence on. YouTube requires everyone who wants to create on their platform, you must create a Gmail account.
Right. Yeah. Mhm.
They require that of you. Rumble does not. Rumble requires an email account, but it does not require a Rumble email. Yeah, that sort of thing. So that's one thing I'll give them credence to. Beyond that, I have AOL, I have Gmail, I have iCloud. I have also Proton Mail. Proton Mail is very good for spammer deals, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen look through your mailbox spam.
No, it's insane.
It's horrendous. Rarely will I ever get a spam mail, but it does happen. But it's on a rare occasion. And again, that one is a free to try too as well. You could get, if you don't want to go into the whole buy thing, you can just try it for free, and you get to see for yourself how it works. But the paid version offers more. And then I think the last one is, I know it's Proton Drive, Proton Pass. Yeah, okay. So I've done them all. Okay, man, I was a little lost there. But again, the link is there. You can go there yourself. Again, I promote it as a benefit, not to get paid. I can, but I don't. That's not my ordeal. I use it on a daily basis, and I'm grateful to use it. But because of being in the partner program, you can make something off it. I don't. There's already there's already enough content creators out there selling you clothes, selling you shirts,
Right.
selling you cups. I'm just here to promote something that can be very beneficial for everyone. And I'm not talking like people who can afford it or not, because they do offer free stuff, but just something that is beneficial in this privacy sector. And again, privacy is not 100%. Security is not 100% on the internet because it's just not feasible, but they do try to do their best. And again, just you can go to the link, you can see for yourself. If it's not for you, that's fine. But if not, you at least have an option to kind of go back to, and you can save money if you do like the annual, or as the kids would say, yearly, because some people like to say, what does annual mean? It means every year. There you go. It's like when they say was it is a biannual or perennial
Right.
or something like that, and you're just like, what does that mean? It's like, it means every other year, so every 2 years or something like that. But anyway, but yeah, you get to save some money if you do annual. But beyond that point, it's just just give it a look. It's all, it just takes a little time. If it's not for you, guess what? Don't worry about it. It's there as an option. So,
Well,
but I
we've
do.
got somebody in our Twitch chat that uses it. He's raving about it now, saying that he
Yeah.
uses it for his business and stuff like that. So
Yeah, they
that's
do
pretty
have,
sweet, man.
they do offer, I know they do offer like business plans, but that's mostly just like for if you can't afford it, because yeah. But they do
Right.
do deals. But yeah, I just promote it for the benefit of, rather than just to get money off it, because I mean, again, you got the spam stuff out there. You've got all this sort of stuff, and when you need something that just kind of can give you a little bit of edge, to have a bit more privacy, I Proton for me has been the greatest. You can do what you want, but that's what I use on a regular basis. But yeah, that's just the all-encompassing one. I've tried to do like the separate pieces, but that's what I have actually, is Proton Unlimited. But that was, I don't know how many years it's been, so don't ask. Don't ask how long I've been with them, because I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's just going back to that. It's like it was funny enough. I put out a short because I had a gentleman on, Akagumo, who's been on my show before. He's a streamer on Rumble as well, as well as some other places. And there was one conversation part where we were talking about merch. It's like, I can't. It right now financially is very difficult for many to. The donations and all this stuff, those are always been a bonus to me. They're always secondary, but I always appreciate them, because obviously that's a kind of support. It's either time or money, and that's what I do. Is my pay it forward is like, I do more of the money part than time, because I mean, I just, some people just stay and watch them for a while. I just like, okay, there's another person, let's go. So
Right.
there's that. That's my explanation of why I do it, because again, Rumble does not have a great form of discovery on their
Right.
platform, and so that
Agreed.
helps. But yeah, I just treat it as a bonus, and it's always a nice thing. But it's like the, who was it? One of the people that I came across, like, it's not necessary, but I'm like, dude. I think people appreciate when they can get like $1 or 2. It's like, yes, finally.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
So
it's very uplifting when it happens, man. It's really cool. We obviously try not to beg for money or ask people for money or whatever. But when someone feels the need to do it and they do it, it's a really cool feeling. It's like, oh wow, holy cow.
Not to make a Twitch pun, but every bit counts.
Hey, bars. That was crazy.
And
Nice
then
job, Connor.
and then she gets an emoji rating like, no, no, no.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, man.
It won't
That was
stop.
so
There's so many emojis. But
That's
no,
so funny.
but that's kind of a question too in itself. Like, because you guys are on, it looks like you're like on 7-8 platforms, but could be more. But like, from your experience of being on all these different platforms, and I don't know like how much you put on each, but like, what is your experience between each of them, and like, not as like a superior, but what has been, how do I word it? What has been the best working for you on platforms?
Oh.
Because there's just so many experiences. And again, just as a preface, everyone experiences platform differently. Success varies between platforms. It's never just a one pony show for each person. Every person is it's very different. But sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, you're. I think I can break it down into 3 different categories to make it make the most sense.
Sure.
When it comes to communication,
Yeah.
X Twitter is awesome. I've been able to find so many people on there,
Yeah.
whether it's Rumble streamers, Twitch streamers. A
Mhm.
lot of the Christian games I've found have been on X. A lot of the indie games that I've found, we do a lot of indies, so I've been in contact with a lot of small developers, and X really is the way for that. And then once you meet them, you go on to Steam and you can get into more contact that way, and that's really nice. So I really, really enjoy X. It's a great place for at least communication and meeting up with other people and discoverability in that regard. When it comes to streaming, Twitch has just been awesome for us, man. I mean, there was just such a cool niche to have, just dive into that Christian community. You know what I mean? The Rumble's a really, really close second, though. I mean, it's a close second. It's nice. As for just kind of uploading content, I would have to put YouTube over TikTok in our experience. Although TikTok has got great discoverability, you can throw up videos and get 4 or 5 digits worth of views, and that's fantastic. YouTube is the only place we've ever had anybody show up in a live stream and be like, "Hey, I saw your thing on YouTube, and now I came over to Twitch to see you guys." And that you're asking a lot from a viewer to do that, to leave an app, go to another app, find you. I mean, that's like a whole 30 seconds, and it's hard to get that from a viewer, dude. It's crazy hard. So I have to give YouTube the ups on TikTok for that. But like you said, everybody's experience with platforms is completely different. I know some people swear by Instagram. You know what I mean? I've had no luck over there, but like you said, in regards to like Discord, though, I mean, there's so many platforms. They all operate differently. You have to format your videos and your pictures to be what works the best on that app, et cetera, et cetera. And like, I'm not doing it anymore. I did it. I'm over it,
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, of course, it started under a different name for Twitch, but yeah, YouTube has been around since 2005, and of course, they have Google backing, so there's that. But the part of it is though is that they are still innovating, and they did an update like I think a month ago, or update. Sorry, they did updates a month ago. Like they do, I think the newest thing is like doing vertical and horizontal streaming. I think it was. Because that's a new thing. Like I like for me, I've recently begun. I think it was maybe a few weeks ago. I've begun putting my old shorts that I've put on YouTube on TikTok. Just kind of see, because you can kind of see a difference between TikTok, YouTube, and Rumble. But I mean, it just depends on the stuff you create too, and what grabs and
Yeah.
whatnot.
What are you doing?
Yeah, like I the content I create, I know is not the grabber because it's something that is not. Oh, what was it? Not too much about consist. Well, maybe it has the consistency part, but it's more of it's not. Um, it's not like gaming. It's not like movie reviews. It's not anything like that. It's more of the abundance of the variety of people. And
Right.
that variety creates not a distortion, but it creates I guess a form of chaos, if I guess, but it's a good chaos because it's a chaos of different people of different backgrounds, VTubers and all that stuff. So I know my stuff is not even with YouTube. Like there's been like a few shorts I've gotten where it's gotten over like 1K,
Yeah.
like 2 or 3, and that's it. And that's fine with me because I understand what I'm doing. I feel has more importance beyond the scope of, while it's nice to get the views, it's beyond the scope of trying to be the creators who craft their stuff in order to get seen or whatever. Um, but I just can't. I just can't play that game. I can't play the algorithm game, even though I do.
Right.
I will admit, I do use the hashtags. I do use the tags on both YouTube and TikTok to get that. But beyond that point, I am not crafting the conversational stuff around what's going to get the big hits because
Right.
that's not how an actual conversation works. Like there are big moments, right? Like you talking about shredding your elbow to bits and all that stuff. But
Right.
the point of it though is that things are on a natural progression. It's sort of um like a lazy river, right? You go to water park, there's a lazy river, you go to an
Right.
actual
Right.
river. Yeah, it's just sort of like thinking I don't like having to feed into it, even though I do kind of use the hashtags and tags scenario in order to help get seen. At the end of the day, though, I know what I do is a more of a longevity factor rather than I get hit hot scene right now.
Right.
I can't play that game. Again, going back to like the media kits some content creators do, there's a lot of stuff that content creators do out there. Not all of them, but some of them that is just like these are the things you have to do, overlays and all this stuff. And I'm just like, either you enjoy what you do or you don't. And if you're making a job of a business out of this, I
Yeah.
mean, hats off to you. But it's just so much. And you hear those stories about burnout and all that
Mhm.
stuff. I'm like, I can't play that game because it doesn't work. It
Right.
doesn't feel like a natural face of it. I don't know if that's like because you're on so many platforms. I don't know if you felt that like burnout or
Oh,
whatever,
for
but
sure. Yeah, burnout's not something that I've had to experience, but I just look at it like time in versus time out, right? And so,
Mhm.
I've been a business owner since I was 19 years old. I've
Wow.
been a martial arts instructor for
Okay.
10 years or so. And
Mhm.
so, one thing that I learned quickly from my instructor, who was a successful business owner for 40 years,
Mhm.
one thing that he always told me is that the best advertisement is the free kind. It's when people talk about you.
Yeah.
And you've obviously done well for yourself on Rumble. I mean, you have like 10,000 or 10,000. You have 10 times the amount of followers that we do. You know,
Whoa, whoa.
um,
I get you want to be nice, but just calm it down. All right, let's not do
yeah,
that.
you have 10 times the amount of followers we do. And so what you're doing is working because it's authentic and it's real. And that's what matters the most to people. And,
Mm.
when people say things like, oh, we were hanging out with XYZ the other day and we had such a good time over there. People look at that and they say, oh, well, I like this guy's stream. And if he likes that guy, maybe I'll go check out that guy. And word of
Yeah.
mouth is free and it's
Oh yeah.
authentic. It's trustworthy.
Mm.
It doesn't have those cringy things that advertisements can do. And,
Yeah.
to really truly answer your question, chasing those trends and chasing the algorithm and trying to crack that stuff, it can happen, man. I mean, it can, but it is so much energy,
Oh.
and when you've got the rest of your life, it's one thing if you're young and single and don't have a full-time job. You know what I mean? You're just kind of doing your thing, dude. By all
Mm.
means, go for it or whatever. But in my current position where I'm at, it's like, dude, there's just no way. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, again. It's sort of like eh, on X, right? Just focusing on X because there are other social media. I don't have Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Again, there's
Yeah.
only so much you can do, but it's on X. Like there are a lot of creators who they'll put out their advice of like if you want to be successful, you got to do this, this, and this, and more just like
Right.
if that's not your case, then don't listen to me. That kind of stuff. So that's great. That's great when you can offer advice, but then say, look, if this is not your shtick, don't listen to me. This is not about you. This is about those people that want to chase that. But for me, it's just like, um, it's this thing that I don't think people understand with all these platforms, right? All these platforms and all these platforms have the politics and gaming and all this stuff on there. it becomes a full on saturation of just how many like here's how I get to the point of like you can only do so much production before there's somebody else already doing more than, and there's only a height you can reach.
Yeah. Well said.
There's only so much technology. There's only so much like big computer stuff you can have before you've already reached a plateau. So you have to kind of there are only two ways you go. I almost feel like there's only 2 or 3 ways you can go about this. Either you resort to finding a form of contentment and finding that place where it doesn't burn you out, you enjoy it, and that enjoyment stays, or you find the way of like smattering and smashing and doing all this stuff that you find, using recycled parts and putting them together to find something new. And
Right.
I don't know a third option, so if anyone's got a third option, the floor is yours. But the point of the matter though is like you either challenge yourself to make new of old and all that stuff, or you find a place of contentment and just go from there. And I really think that people need to understand, because you're going to have young people who want to be influencers, or at least is what I've heard, influencers, content creators, whatever, and you already have people in it. And how much more can one add to the pool before you just have this big pile of
Right.
saturation beyond all of it? And for me, it's just like, and doing this and going back to that unlimited potential, it's like people don't understand how one valuable it can be just talking to a person from across the way, whether it be domestic or far across the ocean. But that there's just so many people to get to do that with.
Yeah.
Yes, there are games and they're almost infinite, but there's a finite spaces for that. There's
For
finite
sure.
space
Yeah.
for that. And so, like an example I gave a while back, like if I said, if I were to have like 1 million people, right? If I have like 1 million people as guests on, I'd have content. I'd probably be dead before I get to that point, but I'd have content for the rest of my life, because the unimaginability of like getting to talk to say 1,000 different people, right?
Hmm.
I can only claim up to a little over 270. So when you say like, oh, you got to talk to 1,000 people, it's like, oh, well, in what way or whatever. But when you can, I don't want to make it sound mean or make it sound like taken advantage of, but when you can, record it and show it and all that stuff, and it's not a um, planned thing or a like a scripted thing. I guess scripted would work. It's like scripted thing.
Right.
For me, that becomes like the purest form of what. So I know I'm doing this a bit long, but when someone had asked me like what inspired your show, whatever, it's like I experimented in gaming, didn't want to do gaming and stuff. But I was like, well, a long time ago, the kind of 2 shows that kind of inspire what I do is, one is the Craig Ferguson show. I don't know if you know that one.
I know that name. Yeah.
And the other one is Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh yeah,
The
classic. Hmm.
Drew Carey. But those 2 things, the since you only know the one, they both involve improv.
Right.
And improv is a bit scary because you kind of have to come up quick with things, but it does have this point of freedom that is very open, and sometimes people need a structure, but the value in the improv and the freedom and the openness is like, Julie Andrews and the Sound of Music, right? The Hills Are Alive. I won't sing it though. But it's just that freedom of being able to do this thing, and the freedom of conversation. And I mean, I've come across people who didn't really have much to say, and you sort of have to be able to figure out how to draw out the
Yeah.
conversation from them, or you really have. I've had challenging people where it was like trying to draw water from stone, but that's the value in that challenge, is because it just is. You learn to better your conversational craft, and at least for
Right.
me.
It's a muscle, man, and it's
Yeah.
something that people my age and even younger now are having a hard time getting good at this. They have a hard time speaking with each other, and they have a hard
Mhm.
time making real authentic connections these days. And I think this is something that the internet can be good for, is to do
Yeah.
this thing. And I had a lot of harsh takes on stuff when I first got into this. I didn't really
Mhm.
know what I was going to read into. And when I got onto Twitch and started meeting people, you know, I've always been kind of an athletic person. I've always hung out. I've never been on like dating apps or anything like that. I've always been, you know, out there in the world. And so I didn't know what I was going to run into when I got onto Twitch. And it didn't take long before I started making friends, dude, like actual genuine friends who I
Yeah.
talk to often, you know, and that was surprising to me. I mean, we're going to be meeting up at a Renaissance festival with some people, you know, that we met on Twitch, and that's pretty cool, dude, you know, and that comes from, like you said, just having these unscripted, authentic conversations where you're meeting people, and because it's not so scripted, you're actually starting to really know each other, and like you said, drawing out your real colors. And it's like before you even meet each other in person, it feels like you guys know each other, and it's cool. It really is cool.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, going back to like the the Christian stuff. What I do, for me, not in that Christian aspect, but for me, it's like in getting to meet people and talk to minors. It's sort of like my thing has always been meeting them at their level rather than. I mean, there's a point where you want to try to bring them up to your level, but even then, your level may not be up there. So that's more of a bias thing, personal bias. But there's a point where you kind of have to meet people at their level. You have to be a blank sheet to people because it's
Yeah.
it's not a demeaning factor. It's more of just like I've lived enough of a life to know that being preachy, especially about your religious factors, doesn't matter what the sect is, doesn't go very far.
No, it doesn't.
And we've already had enough of like I think I don't know if you remember, but like in the '90s where you had like the telechurches and
Mhm.
and the mega churches and all that stuff.
Yeah.
As funny as some of them were, it really showed that there is a side that can be taken advantage of on that respect. I mean, it's been throughout history where people will take advantage. Like we could talk about stories of the Catholic Church back in the day. I'm not going to
Sure.
go that far, but the point of the matter is, though, is like it feels like to some degree you do if you're going on that basis of Christian or whatever, you do kind of have to meet people on their level, not to revel in the sin with them, but to meet them at the point where, because there's been, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a discussion on sort of like Twitter X about, um, it's been something about like banning porn or whatever, and
Yeah, I've seen it.
there are greats for and not, but there is this thing of like how far do you push the line, right?
Right.
Either because there was one point where someone was says criminalizing, and I'm like, but there's many different wide variations of what to criminalize, and there's good points of criminalization. Like I don't know if you remember the movie The Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
There's a form of criminalization with that. It was a great movie. Saw it a few
Yep.
times. Probably one of my only few 10 out of 10 movies there. But I just think that there's kind of there is a line of principle to draw, and I do get
Yeah.
that. But there's also a line of grayness, which is just that human factor, which can't really be gotten rid of. And
Yes.
you can point to it and say that is evil and all that stuff, but to say you want to ban it or to want to, and not in a mean way, but you want to ban it or to get rid of it, that's really a hard part because you can't you can't get rid of the sin of the world. You just
Oh
can't.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not possible. This world was not made after that of course after the fall. It really is not up to you to get rid of that. And so when you have people talk like that, I really think they miss a root core of okay, so but why are people turning it? That should be the real
Yeah.
questions. Why are people turning to these things?
Exactly. Exactly.
Instead of just saying we should get rid of it. Well, I can understand why you want to get rid of it, but
Mhm.
let's get to the point of okay, so why does someone go to uh, alcoholism? Why does someone drink to the
Right.
excess of alcoholism? Why does
It's a
someone
symptom.
yeah, there is something there that has brought them this, addiction, gambling, all this stuff. There's a form of addiction that has brought them there, but why? Right? That's the really core of the crux because it's sort of like I don't know if this is a good example, but it's sort of like a fig tree wrapping around a real tree, right? It starves
Hmm.
the roots and it kills the sort of the tree within it also.
Mhm.
So instead of just cutting off the branches of the fig part and just leaving the roots.
Right.
You want to take it all out. And really that's from my personal viewpoint, that's what I'd rather see focus on, but you don't with social media and all that stuff, it really doesn't seem like that. But
You're right.
it may be there because again, the algorithm, what you follow, all this
Uh-huh.
stuff.
Exactly.
But that's just my viewpoint, and I've just seen that one too many times on social media where it becomes this thing of like, get rid of it, get rid of all. It's like, how do you get rid of the sin of the world when you can't really renew it? It's not up to you to renew it.
You're right. I think honestly that's a wonderful, wonderful example on just how to expound on how complex and dynamic social skills are, because that's
Mhm.
really where we got here from. We were talking about how to speak to one another first,
Mhm.
and we got into the banning of pornography from that. And
Mhm.
I think that you hit the nail on the head that there's a lot of gray out there, and
Mhm.
it's so easy. Truly, it's easy to sit on a hill
Yeah.
and die on it.
Yeah.
And when it comes to something, uh, whatever it is, it doesn't even necessarily have to be porn. We've seen this 10 cajillion times in history. You
Yeah.
start telling the people what they can and they can't do, and you're
Yeah.
gonna have problems. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the thing.
Well, if you take certain things away, they're just gonna find somewhere else to point
Yeah.
whatever their issue is,
Mhm.
and it could go way worse where they start enacting out things on other people or on themselves, like whatever their vice is per se.
Mhm.
If you just keep taking those things away, eventually, like you said, there's going to be problems because you're not actually addressing the root of it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And stretches so far beyond all those things, man. It's so much there. Whether it's um politics, it can
Mhm.
be do you think that parents should spank their kids or not? There's
Yeah.
so many thousands of subjects that
Oh.
have a lot of gray area to them, and it's
Yeah.
really easy to side on the black or white of it all.
Yeah.
But if you take a second, and you strike me as the type of guy that can do this because you're pretty easy to talk to and pretty easy to listen to, is that
Thank
you can take a second to go into it and think, well, what if? You
Yeah.
know, and I think what if is a really great question to ask, because when you have a world inhabited by a quadrillion people, there's a lot of what ifs are going to happen. And, it doesn't take long before you can say, in this extreme case of
Mhm.
X, Y, and Z, this
Yeah.
isn't really a great answer to this. Is there an answer? There is for sure. But does it have to necessarily be the black or white one? And it's
Yeah.
not always the case. And
Right.
like I said, this applies to talking to people about whatever, whether it's Christianity, if it's Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, whatever.
Mhm.
Coming from it from I'm on team A or I'm
Yeah.
on team B already puts you in an opposition. And
Yeah.
you're never going to make a good connection like that with anybody. Even if
Mhm.
somebody's on your team, there are a lot of Christians in the world that get on my nerves. You know what I mean? Like, that's, because it is too preachy. It is,
Yeah.
you're standing on this hilltop and there is no real connection,
Yeah.
and what you said is a great point when you said you have to meet people where they are.
Yeah.
And that might mean you have to speak a little slower. It may
Mhm.
mean, like in my case, you might have to use smaller words because I'm not super duper educated, right? I might start losing you if you use super big words. And everybody's different like that,
Yeah.
it just takes a little bit of social skill to learn how to step out of your own body and try
Yeah.
to meet this person in the middle somewhere.
Well,
And really, it's not hard to do. It just takes a little humility. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
well,
you off.
you're fine. Well, and being honest with yourself too, because if you can't, it's not about putting yourself in their shoes. It's about being again. It's about being on that ground level. All of us, in some level, are on a ground level, and then you have like these. You can go the higher ups and all this other stuff. There's different levels to this hierarchy, of course. Work and stuff, but my thing with this has always been like, because I've had people on where they don't, they can speak English, but they can't speak it well because they're at, where they live, and their
Yeah.
accent is very thick, and so you have to give a patience that to kind of understand them, and sometimes you might mishear some, it happens, but you have to give that patience to it, and you have to be humble about it. I think that's another thing too, component with content creation, is you have to be well, okay, I don't want to say you have to be, but there has to be a form of humbleness too, because it will deteriorate you when you are someone who's not seeing growth, right?
Right.
Because all content creators, including myself, want to see some form of growth. But if you're not humble, if you're not like enjoying what you do, then you start getting that sort of, I don't know, I won't call it like a metric sickness or something, and you just it just becomes that sort of thing. And there's many people out there do, many people don't. I have my own opinions about things like people who celebrate milestones. That's fine. Like for me, for me, someone had to remind me that I was almost 2,000 on Rumble. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I don't like having people on. I don't care about your follower status or how many people you have watching or whatever. I mean, again, you said, oh, you got like this many followers on Rumble, and I probably have like less than around 350 or something on YouTube. But the point of the matter is that I'm willing to at least talk to anyone on that level, because I think it can be a great help, right?
Yeah.
Some people can be great help in having talked to those people, but status well, status can be great. It is a very it's a very short-lived factor, I think. Just because it will depending on like dad is a status, and so that's
Right.
a different thing. But there are forms of short-lived statuses that it's just one of those things where it's like you don't want to rely on as a oh man, I don't know what the word is for that, but it's just one of those things to be mindful that status to some forms of status can be short-lived.
Yeah.
And
Don't make it your identity.
yeah, exactly. Especially if you've seen like, the political talk and all that stuff. Like I just at a certain point, I don't care. I don't care anymore about that. I care about that there are people out there that sometimes don't they there are some people out there that get surprised when they're offered an opportunity like, wait, you want to speak to me,
Right.
right? Like it sort of reminds me of oh man, I don't. Nope. I don't have a Bible verse for that one. But it just sort of reminds where I think it was the woman at the well, right? The woman at the well, Jesus come up to her, he's wanting to get a drink of water, and it was found out that she was with someone, but she was not married. And so you have that whole progress of that stuff. Again, it's been a bit. I don't know things by heart, but you have this sort of stuff where Jesus wasn't really lambasting. I mean, he did make a whip and try to get the tables out of the temple, but
Right.
he also was willing to meet people on their level and not revel in the sin, but to understand that he wasn't here to like whip people to it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are enough miracles to go around for like the miracle on the mount and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, it's a very fascinating thing, but it can also be a very challenging thing
It
in this
is.
regard. And when you can find that right balance, which any form of balance, there's never going to be a perfect form of it. So you just like you have you have to find the right area. But yeah, I feel like overall in doing this, meeting people at their level, and if an opportunity brings to raise them up a bit in a natural way, I think can do a lot better than just this needs to go, this needs to go, and this needs to go, and and you really haven't really solved very much of anything. You've probably stopped it for a bit, but you really haven't solved much of anything. Uh,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
it's, and it's,
I think that road starts with conversation, which is
yeah,
exactly what you're doing here. It's conversation. That's why I'm not a big fan of debate, because debate is me trying to prove you wrong, and I'm not just trying to prove you wrong. I'm trying to get the audience to agree with me, and a
yeah,
lot of that goes into who is more persuasive and who has the more calculated arguments and who spent
mhm,
more time planning. Whereas with a conversation, I can listen to you talk. I can
mhm,
listen to your story. We build a little bit of a connection and a
mhm,
relationship, and I begin to understand where you're coming from. And you will really soften up some of your views on some of those things, man.
mhm.
Like I'm a Christian, dude. Obviously, I've got some pretty hard takes on some things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There are some things where internally I look at it and I go, yeah, no, I don't like that at all.
yeah,
But if I can step outside of myself for a second and have a conversation with somebody else, it becomes so much easier to not be a jerk about things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can hold certain values to myself that I don't
Mm.
necessarily have to hold you to as well. And I
Mhm.
think that's where we start to get a fair shake. I think that's where compromise starts to come in, and
Yeah.
not compromise as in like, oh, my building has been compromised, right? Like
Yeah.
it's falling apart, but to where we can have some type of agreement because I don't like to be told what to do. It's I'm not a big fan of that. Now there's some people in this world who get to do that.
Mhm.
You know, God gets to do that. The police and the judge get to do that. I don't like it, but they get to. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I think it's kind of the same thing in the world where you look at things and say, I don't necessarily like this at all, but it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just makes sense and it sucks, but it just makes sense sometimes. And that can be with literally whatever, man, whether
Yeah.
it's politics or whatever, you know? Just stepping outside of yourself and realizing that this doesn't have to be an argument. You don't have to be right. You
Mhm.
don't have to use the buzzwords, and just
Yeah.
having a conversation with somebody can change the way you view so many things. Just
Oh,
give you a
yeah.
little more horizon to look out on, you know?
Yeah. It's not a compromise of faith or principles, it's a compromise on that point of am I right or am I wrong? Because
Mm.
you are right in the sense of like people. There are some times where people do that sort of that I'm right, you're wrong thing. But
Yeah.
um, when you kind of step out that bound while keeping to like your faith and principles, um, you're not lambasting somebody, but it's just that thing of coming to that point and again meeting people at their place, and all that stuff. The woman and where we're staying. That was a different one. That was not the
Yeah,
woman
it's a
at the
different
well.
story. That's not the
Yes,
woman at the well.
yeah, that's not the woman at the well. But no, I find that to be the most effective. But again, people can find different ways and get to that point. But I'm not. Even with content creation, I'm not here to tell people how to create content. But I'm
Right.
also not in agreement of like, okay, so this is what you have to do to be successful. I didn't know when I started this. I didn't know where I was going to be with this. Right.
Yeah.
I started with making pre-recorded videos. I was using StreamYard because you can do that, and then I was streaming gaming, mostly just gaming at the beginning. And then when it came to the point of the conversation, it was like there's something here that I can't deny, and it's like I want to follow this. Like something calls to follow. And it was sort of sporadic, and then I think it was like April of last year, because it's 25. Yeah, April of last year is when I started doing like, I know it's not the full, but like to this level, right?
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
And and again, like I've heard people talk that I know in the content creator sphere is like they have a hard enough time uh asking somebody on, but then again, these are people who ask other content creators on, and that's for me that's a limiting factor when I can go simply to people who don't create content. Maybe they follow maybe they're get they followed a certain content creator, and I can ask those people on, like, again, back to that limitless potential.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a very fascinating thing when we kind of do limit ourselves in our personal ways, but when we come to that point of like I found this thing that has limitless potential, that's mind blowing. And you look
Mhm.
around at other people and you're like, why has no one else taken advantage of it? And you can point to Joe Rogan. I get it. I've heard that one
Sure.
before, or Jay Leno, or Jay Leno, or whatever. I've had those two comparisons for some odd reason. But or Theo Vaughn, I've seen Theo Vaughn does this thing too.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. But the thing of it is, like, I don't think people understand that limitlessness. And again, do what you will. Content creation should be about what you want to do, not what I say or whatever. I'm just here to enjoy this thing. But limitless opportunity, that's mind blowing to me. Right?
Yeah.
When you can sit in a park for some odd reason, you're just sitting down at the park and all of a sudden you have someone come up to you and you're sort of good with conversation, you're kind of 50-50. That's a limitless possibility right there. It's just that fascinating factor, and I think that's what excites me every time is because whether it's bringing back someone on or bringing someone new like you guys, there's that limitless factor. And again, every time come back on, there's always something different or new to talk about. It can go anywhere. it's just a huge fascination on that remark, and that's what for me personally keeps me coming back, because for me it's that internal voice that says there's something here, keep going. It's not going to be now, but down the line there's going to be something coming that's going to be of great benefit. You just have to keep on going with it. And that's not an easy thing, but I'm also going to say it's not going to be that hard either. So 50-50.
Yeah,
But
no
I've,
doubt.
I've talked enough though. But anyway, so
No, it's a good conversation, man. I do appreciate you having us on.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool to meet more people on Rumble. We don't really get to do that enough.
Yeah.
We got to hang out with Arcam the other day, and that was pretty cool. He was a good guy. We found out we had a lot more things in common than what we thought we would. But before we hop off of here, though, and say goodnight and all that stuff, I gotta ask you, man, how do you pronounce your username, man? Is it Darmouth or Darmuth?
Well, the long form of it is Daramuth, and the short form of it
Okay.
is Dara. But you can use either or if you want.
Okay,
I'm not gonna
Daramuth.
say call me D, because that's just gonna that's really gonna go down wrong roads. But I just say Dara for short, because people like Dara mouth. I'm like, no, there's a silent E at the end for whatever. But anyway, yes, we're gonna. I did see it, and well, I'm chill mostly. Yeah, and thank you for that blip blop. But we're gonna start heading off. Before we do, we are gonna do our promotional stuff. I'm gonna do a few things, and then we will get right off. So, guys, if you want to promote your stuff, the floor is yours.
Oh man, I took like 30 minutes to do it before. We're Christian streamers. We're married. We have 2 dogs. We have a kid. We're we be doing what we do on here.
But we're usually streaming on Fridays, sometimes another day, sometimes a random weekend. We like to hang out and we like to chat. Mostly on Rumble and Twitch for live streams, but it's been really, really fun to be here and to meet everybody, and I've had a good time.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely.
What and while I can can I say that yes, it probably took that long, but that means like the next time it comes up, you're like, okay, so how do I make this quicker?
I know, right? Yeah.
You can. It's a funny thing though, is like you can improve it on the fly, even if you aren't too sure, right? Like you don't have to be absolutely sure, but you can be like, okay, so what was great, or not what was great, but what was like, what are the main points we need to get to? What's the draw for us, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you can just start cutting it down, and then you find that naturalness to that.
Right.
Like it just throws out there. I'm not perfect at this either, so
Somebody told me to turn it into an elevator statement, and like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna write it down one day, and I just never did it. I was like, I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna shorten it up, edit it, and just kind of get it like sort of into my subconscious type of thing, to where I can just kind of spit it out. And I just never did.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm no professional at this either. At a certain point, it's just an overtime thing. We kind of, I think the most basic thing we humans do is trial and error, and that's been
Right.
the most useful while longing tool that has shown that over time you do kind of sharpen the sword, if you will, or sharpen the stone, if you will, and it's just through kind of cracking at it and sharpening it and all this stuff, and it's just an overtime ordeal, and over time you polish better, or you're a blacksmith or something like that. But anyway, for my end of things, and again, their links are both on the Rumble side and YouTube side, so give them a look, and if they're worth a follow, why not? But for my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or YouTube side, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated, because not only does it help in being seen more, it also helps in having other people on, like SoulySwitch, like Fragniac, like NGM, like so many other people. Again, over 270 various guests.
That's cool.
Now all of them are it's content creator or non-creator. Like that's what I do. And again, of course, I gotta switch back and forth. Where's my links? Where are they? Oh, here we go. If you want to find out where else I'm at, there's my link tree thing right there. It has a Twitter X, has email, has a Discord link, but mostly just for DMing. I don't have a server. Don't ask. I've heard enough horror stories. I'm not going to do it. But it's there, and also because the Rumble and YouTube link are on there as well, so you can find me through that. And of course, like I said, I'm part of Proton's partner program. I'm promoting the Proton Unlimited plan. You can, if you want, you can just take a look, whatever, see if it's worth it to you. Again, they are about privacy and keeping your stuff secure for you. But again, nothing's 100%. Nothing's secure 100%. Again, they do keep improving. They do try to keep improving their product and all this stuff. But again, it's worth a look. Not for you. That's great. That's fine. It's window shopping. Just treat it as window shopping. You'll be fine. But you do get some, discount or whatever if you do use it, because I like being a little nice. But I'm just promoting for the benefit, not for the money. And we like Beanie Babies. Well, not like Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies didn't, at a certain point, they didn't really have value. They really became valueless, and people have a bit more value than that. But anyway, so there's nothing tomorrow, so hope you all have a great weekend. But of course, the last thing I do with my guest before we leave is something I like to call questions from a hat. Obviously, I have about a hat from Rumble.
Oh,
Look
snap.
right there.
Watch out.
Yeah, and then you got some questions
That
in
hat's
there.
kind of clean, actually.
Well, I've never worn the hat. It's been mostly used for this. This is worn, but not this one. So what happens is that you, my guest, get 2 freebie ones. Now, obviously, the same question for both, obviously, but I am on YouTube, but I'm not monetized, so unfortunately, YouTube, you're just not going to be able to do much. But on Rumble, I am monetized. So if people want more than the 2 questions pull the hat, they have to give a Rumble rant. It would be $1, $2, $500, maybe one day. I've been spammed the $1 once before, so it is okay.
Yeah.
But that's how this works. Of course, I'm going to pull out the first question. We're going to see what we're going to come up with. So hopefully it's not too much of a bad one. I don't have those kind in here. But let's go with this one right here. First question. Let's see what it says. And this is for both of you. What's your least favorite color and why?
Me first?
Yeah, dude.
Out of all the colors, probably like that greenish color they had for the cars a couple years ago, where it's like an icky green. It just kind of looks like sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like all the other greens, but that one's gross.
Yeah. We should be married, because that was what I was gonna say too. I like most of the colors, man. I think they've all got a place. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with any color. But yeah, probably that icky stomach acid green. That's probably pretty generic answer, but I think there's a reason for that.
It's true. Yeah, and I can understand it too. There's just the people have certain flavors, and it just is what it is, man. But yeah, I can understand that. And of course, this one is really easy. And you probably have a favorite for this, but the last question, if no one gives a Rumble rant, window seat or aisle seat when traveling?
Oh, bro, that's actually kind of a tough one, because there's pros and cons to both. Window seat, you got that headrest, and that's nice. You know what I mean? And you get a little bit of view if you want to.
Yeah.
But I gotta be real with you, man. That aisle seat, you get to stick that leg out. That's a game changer, bro. That's a nice feeling. I'll cock my head all sorts of ways if I can get my legs to straight. I gotta go aisle, man. I gotta go aisle.
Yeah.
I stare out the window the entire time I'm on the plane until we land, and then I turn my neck and it cracks a bunch of times. I stare out that window the whole time. So I pick the window. But I know it's not for everybody, but if you ever happen to be in the middle seat, you get both armrests.
Oh no, that's a power statement. That's a power statement. You get both of them?
You have to get both, because they get one on that side, and the other person, if it's a 3
Nah,
row,
that's pretty privileged. I've never in my life ever gotten 2 armrests on an airplane.
If you're in the middle, you're in the worst seat, you deserve both those armrests, because everybody else gets one, but they have a perk.
No, that's
no,
a
you should
power
have
move, man. You go in there and put 2 arms on a seat.
Heck yeah.
This is my plane now. That's what that says. That's a crazy
Middle
power
seat
move.
sucks, but there is that one perk to it. I'm a window seat girl though.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
Yeah, the only way that middle seat would work is if you get both the seats on the side of you empty. That's the only way that would. That's the real power move, because then you just lift it up like it's all middle seat now.
It's all me, baby. Yeah, stretching it out. Yeah,
you can put both legs out.
Yeah, bro, lay down flat.
Now, when you have to sit between 2 big people, though, then it's like, oh Lord.
Yeah, no.
Oh man, it's the worst.
Hopefully they put on deodorant.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than like an hour flight, 2-hour flight, and your knees have been touching each other the whole time. I cannot stand that feeling. I hate that feeling, man.
Even if I know you and I like you, I'm still just like, bro, you were too close to me.
I can't stand that.
No, don't touch me.
That's why I chose aisle. I gotta have some leg room, man. I gotta move my legs around.
Especially in an emergency when we need to go.
Yeah.
You need to you don't want to bump people with your butt. You want to get out up the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just no. I can like, who's rubbing my knee with their knee? What's going on here?
Yeah,
hey,
gross.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. It's 2025, dude. We need to make these airplanes more like open. You know what I mean? Stop cramming us in there like a bunch of chickens on a truck.
Well, it can be if you have
bread. Yeah, you get some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't got that.
I prefer the emergency row.
No, that row hits.
I like.
Yeah,
that
the
row.
emergency row hits. Yeah, I like
so
that.
much more legroom.
Unless
you are responsible.
Right, yeah. Unless someone wants to do the stupid thing and pull the emergency, then maybe not so much.
Yeah.
I guess
Which case, I'm snitching.
It's him. It's him.
Anyone but me, bro. It just wasn't me.
That's crazy. But anyway, guys, again, thank you all for being here. For those of you in the chat, for the pay it forward part, and of course for the chatting part of Will. I thank you, and of course, thank you to SoulySwitch for being here. You guys are awesome, and of course, you are always welcome to come back. Because I do try to bring people back, but again, when you're trying to invite new people on and all that stuff, there's only so many days in a month and days in a week and all that stuff. But to be able to sit and claim and say I've had on over 270, I'm looking forward to the day I'll have on 365, because then I'll say I've had on a year of people.
That's cool.
That'll be a weird one to say, because it's like a year of people. What is it like? What does that mean? But it's not there yet, so we'll eventually get there. But yeah, their links are both on the Rumble side and YouTube side. So if you want to find out where they're at, there's so many of them, and hopefully we won't have so many links to go through next time. But anyway,
set that up tonight.
There you go. But anyway, everyone have a good weekend, and of course, as always, like I said earlier, there's nothing tomorrow. So next week's schedule will be out on Sunday as usual. But as always, I end the show with One Day With You by Pogo. And of course, don't forget to make sure you guys mute your mic, because it will bleed into the music video. I always try to tell people that, so just as a precaution. But again, guys, have a great rest of your night and a great weekend. And I will see you next time, guys.
See you later, man. Have a good one.